to episode 12 of the Flight Room. This is Marcus, aka Lighthouse. I'm here with my brothers today. I got my man Keys, Remy Please, Concourse P, Sayal, and Simo. And Paul will be joining us shortly. We will just wait for him to get in. But
what y'all drinking?
Dude. Hey, also,
I see
also
this
real.
man over here looking like he drinking wine.
Yeah, it's sangria.
What is that? What is that, velvet?
What is that?
It's a sangria blend.
I'm back on the Pinot Noir rosé.
Yeah, there
Y'all
you go.
fancy in here tonight. Y'all fancy.
Nah, I don't
Just
be trying to
relax.
drink no more. When I be drinking that hard liquor in this joint, I be fucking up, stumbling on my words and shit.
Yeah. I'm gonna hit y'all.
Ain't
with
nothing wrong with that. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
I did.
I did that one time, and I was like, I'm good. Yeah, I've been drinking water since.
I gotta keep it. I gotta keep it cool.
You stay classy, Sandy.
No more Hennessy?
Huh?
No more Hennessy?
Not listen to me. I had a hell of a
Ooh.
there's nothing like it. I don't need to do nothing else but drink fluid, regular fluids without alcohol.
I'm still on Uncle Nearest, man. I'm still on.
Everything we got going on, like with all the like, you know, the protests and a lot of different things going on in society. We've seen a lot of changes, statues coming down, teams changing their names. There's been a big push for the Redskins to change their name. Like, do y'all think we're experiencing history right now? Like, do you think this is a special time? This is going to be a moment they're going to be talking about in the history books. Our kids going to be learning about this time right here, or is this just another, you know what I'm saying, or just another one of them? And we just, you know, like, what do y'all think? Y'all think this is like legit history we going through right now?
Yeah, man. At first I didn't think it was gonna be that, but after, like you said, the statues and like all the changes, the rulings, the words, the flags, it's a better outlook. Like I just wanted it to be more economic anyway. You could show us all types of stuff, but like until it becomes like economically sound, that's when it's like for real. That's how I feel.
So you think a lot of this is just gesturing? Like, do you think this really has any like relevance to it? You know what I'm saying, long term, or you just like, do you think it's more about policy changing? You know what I mean?
I mean, a little bit of both though, because like you saw how like the companies kind of jumped on the Black Lives Matter movement and all that, but then we had spoke about that, like the Black dollar and how influential it is in the culture and in like just retail and all that too. So it's like I'm 50-50 still.
Yeah. I agree.
It just gotta be more. It still gotta stay progressive, and I'll really be able to judge it more once we're all back to our regular freedoms, man. Like not consumed to the house and limited to, you know what I mean, whatever activities.
I agree. I think it's about 50-50. But I would say you got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying? You got to start somewhere with at least rewriting history or with a change at the least. You know what I'm saying? But I think I definitely do agree with that. I think it is rewriting history. I think, you know, especially with, what was it, Mississippi, I think, or was it Alabama? One of them was changing their state flag, taking the Confederate joint up out of that joint. And I remember like a couple of weeks ago, there were, I think it was the same state where it was a college football player said he wasn't going to play unless they took the Confederate flag out of their joint. And lo and behold, a week or two later, we got them changing the flag and shit.
Right.
You know, I think you got to start somewhere. I know some people gonna say, "Oh, it's just a gesture," or "It don't really matter," you know. But I think you got to start somewhere at least.
Yeah.
And I think it's a positive change. I think it's positive for the positive.
Exactly. And it's been intense too. That's why I say I don't want to discredit it because everybody's starting to jump on.
Yeah, you don't want to discredit it, but at the same time, you can't trust these motherfuckers. They've shown us throughout thousands of years that these niggas can't be trusted. Like, we have evidence that goes back millennia. Showing
that's what got us over.
This is corrupt. Right. So you wanna at the end of the day, you hope and you pray that like the things that are happening are for the better, but at the same time, it's just hard to believe that like they not gonna go down without a fight type shit. You know what I'm saying? And like it's just weird. But like the only thing you can do, like you said, is you got to start somewhere, right? So
definitely,
because you know they in a heartbeat, people like to say, "Look how far we have come," and you know we really haven't come that far.
It's been a few weeks.
Exactly, it's been a few weeks of protesting. That's it. We really haven't come that far.
Real talk.
I like to think that we are making some headways, especially like with all the Confederate flags and Confederate statues and stuff coming down. Just for the simple fact of like, so with the statues and the different things coming down, it brings about a whole conversation as opposed to like what was taught to us like growing up. So like hypothetically speaking, I know for a fact we weren't necessarily taught, or I at least I don't remember like all the different Confederate generals and like how they was getting statues and all that good shit. But now if you think about it, like when they actually talking about it in school, and it's like it's probably gonna be like a little conversation as to why these statues are coming down and like the symbolism the symbolism, I'm sorry, of why it's actually coming down and what it really means. And like actually, so like even as you think about going to the different like prominent places in, I'll say DC, like earlier this week, we went to like Logan Circle, and even as you go to Logan Circle, you literally just want to figure out who John A. Logan is. So right then and there, you actually have to do your research and have to do your things. But at the same time, I will say this: that one reason I'm so hesitant about it is I saw something where it was talking about like how the influx of Confederate monuments that was actually built, it was like two different times. It was like one time in which basically like back in the 1920s, around that time, where like all the Confederate flags and the Confederate like statues and started being like put up or what have you, and around the same time with the Tulsa bombers. So it was like always like conflicting around like when white people were trying to set black people back, they were also giving them like when black people were making strides, white people would always like set up a statue or some type of resemblance of themselves to make it known that, you know what I'm saying, like they
supreme, the supremacy.
Yeah, the white supremacy was in order. And then at the same time, like when Martin Luther King was making his push for change in like around the 60s and 70s, not only Martin Luther King, but like all those social advocates and the civil rights and all those different movements were going. That's when another influx of Confederate monuments and statues were actually started to come about. So that's one these like with me is like, all right, yeah, we're making extreme push and we're making extreme changes, and like it's actually going to make them hopefully it makes them change the way we teach our kids in the curriculum and everything. But at the same time, it's like everybody probably thinks it's still a little bit of hesitancy on my part. Like I want to see the action. I want to see the action behind it as opposed to these little token gestures. Like
because you ain't sold that. That's why. That's because you not drinking all the Kool-Aid. You like, all right, let me sip this joint right quick, because it just don't make sense to just put all your eggs in one basket and then get your hopes up.
Nah, and honestly,
all right, so my question, right? All right, so when we talk about like the people that are when we say we don't trust it, the people that's putting knocking these statues over are the people that's supposed to be fighting for us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, do we not trust the people that's actually doing this? Like they're supposed to be doing this for us. Like is that who we're talking about when we say we don't trust? Like we don't trust it? The ones that's supposed to be fighting for us?
No, I like see that's why I'm conflicted. I don't trust the justice portion. Like until I'm shown true justice,
okay.
Yeah, like I'm not comfortable yet at all.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Yeah.
What I'm saying is I don't trust, like, because so even though like these different gestures and like the Confederate flags and the Confederate monuments and statues and all that are starting to remotely come down, there's still laws in place, whereas though like still do whatever they want. So like like the actual laws and shit is the true part that really mean like I don't really trust it, because although we can take down all the statues and all the Confederate flags and everything that is quote unquote demon like white supremacy or what have you, and breaking down some of the systemic racism or racism, it don't mean shit if the laws are still allowing Black people or allowing people of any color or any race or any gender to not necessarily be, you know what I'm saying, like treated fairly.
Yeah. And just like, and that's what I meant to clear up when I said justice. Like, just like these crimes has been committed, George Floyd and all that. Like, I need to see this man go under. Like, these police can't be getting off, stuff like that. Because that's what's going to build trust, if you will, for me.
And it's something. Have any of y'all actually been to DC? Like, actually, since the riots and protesting, have any of y'all like just driven through DC and like actually seen the damage, or like any of y'all actually seen that shit?
Yeah.
All right, but do you notice where the damage and all the damage is at? It's not in the Black neighborhoods. It's where all the white people hang out.
Shit, yeah.
It's like on H Street, 14th and U, Connecticut Avenue, DuPont Circle. See what I'm saying? Yeah, so then if you go right over the bridge, you go to Southeast or whatever, and then you go through those neighborhoods, ain't shit. Everything looks normal. Ain't nobody knocked nothing down. The same shit. So that just has me curious as far as DC is concerned, like who's really doing the protesting, because it seemed like the Black people, you know, like was the Black people hopping on the train or driving down the DuPont Circle to riot? Or, you know what I'm saying? Like who was actually doing that? And then the funny thing is that in the same place where I see these like all these boarded up shits, like you see like Black lives, it's not even Black Lives Matter, it'd be like Black Trans Lives Matter and shit like that. So it'd be making me think like, all right, so really the ones that's out here doing the fighting, like is it people with their own agendas? You know what I'm saying? Because I don't know how it went from George Floyd to Black Trans Lives, because I ain't got shit to do with George Floyd. It was
That's a good question
about Black lives. Let's just leave. Why are we talking about sexuality when it comes to when we talking about Black lives? That ain't got shit to do with sex.
But I don't know where that's
that in there. You know what I'm saying? That don't make
it was Black folks out there when I rode down there and see people protesting. It was predominantly Black folks on New York Avenue and shit like that. But yeah, of course, like all these other groups are going to piggyback off this shit because, you know, they want
and even at the same time, so it started out as George Floyd, but then at the same time, we already know it's a combination of different things that have been happening. But at the same time, even after George Floyd, it seemed like it was, it turned out that it was like two transgenders or two trans people, as well as like Breonna Taylor. But it was like two transgenders, people that were killed right after George Floyd. And it was basically like the same way we always talk about say their names. I think that's where that came out, and it was like, all right, well, the trans community felt like their voice has never been heard. And I know, like, it all makes sense.
I heard every day.
As we talk about,
that sounds like, so it's using it as an opportunity to get your personal agenda. That's what it sounds like. That's exactly what you're saying. It sounds like it's getting hijacked. That's what you're saying.
Yeah. No, but at the same time, if we talk about Black Lives Matter, we also talk about the whole scope of things. So even as we talk about Black lives, we're not just talking about Black men. We talk about Black women. We talk about everybody as a whole purpose, as a whole people. So yes, it's.
But you know that whether you're a man or woman or
sexuality or whatever,
whether you're a man or woman or trans, you're still Black. So putting your sexuality or putting I'm a Black woman, it's all Black. There's no need to break it down into more sections at all. It's zero. We all Black, whether you trans, whatever the fuck, we all Black. It's not saying no need to break it down into smaller segments. You said what?
But because they're not breaking it down for Breonna, so why break it down for everybody else?
You said not breaking it down for
Breonna.
She's Black.
Taylor. Yeah,
they didn't break it down for Breonna Taylor, so why break it down for the trans?
Because
that's that personal agenda.
I feel not, but at the same time, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, like sometimes, and it's just sometimes I feel like those communities and those people aren't truly recognized and aren't truly somehow or another they necessarily attach, that people don't necessarily like some Black people or some people don't fully attach them to the Black Lives Matter. I mean, not necessarily Black Lives Matter, but they don't necessarily fully embrace them because they are a subset of people. You know what I mean? Like, and then how
I don't see that at all.
No. I'm saying like some people discount like because there is like in the Black community, in some Black communities, there is like the persona or the perception that like a Black trans life doesn't mean the same as a Black person's life. Not necessarily like in terms of like dying or whatnot, but like the Black people cast off like a transgender or what have you. It's like they don't look at them as a true. I don't want to say a true. I'm trying not to say a true person.
I feel like that's just adding confusion. Like that's like that's taken away from what
George Floyd
like
main agenda.
Like
it's segregating the subject.
Like honestly, if I'm just being honest, that seems more like a white problem. Honestly, that's like okay, like you bringing this up now, like why is all of a sudden now you're gonna use what someone's death and us doing Black Lives Matter, and all of a sudden now, like you said, Marcus, now we got to involve the LD what is it, LGBTQ, all the motherfuckers, you know what I'm saying? And guess what?
I mean
saying like
that's because it was Pride Month.
Rights, but at the same time, it's like because there's a time and a place for everything, and right now, adding that is just going to add to the confusion, and and we started this conversation off by saying. I just don't trust it because it's like there's still so many.
Yeah.
I feel as though there's still a lot of like white hidden agendas still attached to the Black Lives Matter. So if we allow for that 50% to take over, it's just like I don't know. It's
I mean, you can add to it. You just don't separate yourself when you add yourself to it.
Exactly. That's what happens.
That's what happens.
Trans ain't got nothing to do.
Don't segregate.
But being Black, your race ain't got nothing to do with sex. Ain't got nothing to do with gender.
Yeah.
With gender, we are all fucking Black, regardless of our beliefs, religion. Like put it like this: like, all right, we can say, oh, like if a Black trans person gets killed, it's not as valued as much. But like I said, all right, even when the protests, there was a Black cop that got killed. He's a Black man still, you know what I'm saying? So if nobody talked about his death, you see what I'm saying? So it's like, so now we need to say Black cops' lives matters now. It's like we got to add that to because nobody recognizes the like, you know what I'm saying? How a Black man get killed in a Black Lives Matter protest? Like, how does that even sound?
Defending the pawn shop.
And even on top of that, in Wendy's, right? And at the fucking Wendy's, and what's it called? You know that Wendy's got burned down by two white women? Two white women burned down that in Wendy's, right? What the fuck? Okay, then. So this is a thing that I've been thinking about a lot. Like that shit don't make us look good as Black men when white women from another fucking race trying to fight in our honor and shit like that. How that make us look as men? You know what I'm saying? And with niggas out here co-signing that shit.
You remember that
supposed to be frontline for our people more than any fucking body else. And niggas out here co-signing that behavior. Like, nah, nigga. That means that we ain't speaking for ourselves.
I do feel you on that.
Remember on the Malcolm X joint, the movie Malcolm X with Denzel Washington. Remember?
Just watch that.
When he was walking up to the joint and the white chick she pulled up on her, she was like,
I need so.
She was like, Mr. X, what can a white girl like me who really believes in your cause, what can I do? Nothing, motherfucker.
Nothing.
Exactly.
Kept moving.
Where them Malcolm X niggas at?
You say what?
But
where them niggas at? Them niggas don't exist no more.
Can't do that for me.
Nah, it's man. But just like you said, I agree with you, man. I can't co-sign that either, man. Just cause it's destructive. It looks ignorant as fuck, and then like it's a bad representation. Ain't shit getting done off of that.
And then not even that, but guess who fucking worked at that Wendy's in Atlanta? Black people worked at that Wendy's in Atlanta, and it got burned down by white people in honor of Black people. What fucking sense does that make? Like, think about that shit.
Yep.
Wendy's got burned down, and Black people lost their jobs in honor of Black people. That shit don't make no fucking sense. That might damn near be racist. She ain't burned down the Wendy's in her neighborhood. She burned down the Wendy's in the black neighborhood. That sounds racist to me right there, don't it?
Exactly. That's that ignorance, dog. And then, like I said, they do like we live in the era when shit is like trendy. So the week before they saw all them fires and everything. Yeah, it's man, it's not even for the cause like you said. It's just
none of this shit makes sense.
Something genuine out there. It's something genuine out there.
Goofy. This shit goofy, toofy to me, nigga.
Yeah, the shit that put out on the media is.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Yeah, man. No, I'm with you on that.
I hear that.
Hated it.
But what Wendy's got to do with it regardless? Like, that shit was just the site of what happened. Like, Wendy's ain't, lock them up.
But see, that just boosted Wendy's. That's just a franchise look. It's almost like free advertising, too.
True.
Yeah.
Free hijacking.
Promotion. Yeah.
Free hijacking.
That's crazy. So I'm sure they didn't give a fuck about it. Like, yeah, we in the news every day.
That acknowledges that privilege anyway. That acknowledges that privilege because the girl was just walking around out here, whatever, just doing her own thing. And they arrested. They finally caught up to her ass in some store or whatever the fuck and arrested her ass or whatever.
But still, then that's what it is. Wendy's still gonna be open during the pandemic. It don't matter. Drive through all that shit. Man.
Just go a couple miles down. We got another one.
Exactly. That ain't do nothing.
Do you think that, let's say with the give you a time frame, do you think with that within the next 3 years that the Redskins will change their name, or it's gonna still be Washington Redskins in 2024?
Nah, it's gonna change, man. They're gonna change it.
Nobody's gonna force Dan Snyder, and it's all on Dan Snyder to change it. Like the NFL can't force him to change it. He's a private entity. Like just because a team is affiliated with the NFL doesn't mean they're owned by the NFL. Like,
all right. So do you think that if he let's say he just does the shit on his own, right? Let's say next week he'd be like, you know what? I'm just we're gonna change the name. So do you think that it would be more like how do you think that Daniel Snyder will be looked at? You know what I'm saying? Because you got Redskins fans that don't want to change the name. You know what I'm saying?
If we're winning games and people paying to come to the games, then he has no reason to change the shit. But if people boycotting the games, he loses.
As an outsider looking in, this is a businessman. We're talking about a businessman. This is. I think he would welcome it because it's just rebranding. It's just rebranding. And
well, I was gonna say that. I swear to God,
I'm gonna make more money. Especially when we first change it, we gonna make hella money as soon as we rebrand. I don't know what colors y'all gonna be branded with, or whatever, dog.
Nah, keep the colors and all that. Just reinvent. Yeah, just reinvest in the team. Just reinvest, just like you said, the stadium, get the uniforms and all that, new management, all that. Just reinvest. Scrap it, start over new.
You know what I mean?
I'm telling you, it'll be great.
You know how many teams get new uniforms and we just stick with the same old classic shit? Like
man, that's what I'm saying.
He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it.
He has the bread. That's what is crazy. He has the bread.
But I don't see him doing it just because, I mean, it's like, as Randall said, it's his business. So like how many actual like businesses, even as you think about, we talk about sports, but as you talk about businesses, how many businesses literally just be like, you know what? It's time for a rebrand. It's time for me to change the entire naming of my business. You know what I'm saying? Like, so that's the thing.
Well, they only do that when they losing money, and
they're not losing a whole. But they're not losing money. That's the thing.
My bad. Go ahead.
I know, and that's the dilemma.
You act like this nigga's not like an outsider. He's not gonna get hit with outside influence. This nigga is from Silver Spring. Like, he's self-made. He bought the Redskins. He's a fan of the team. Like, he's like that
real fan. That
childhood nostalgia that he had back then. Like, he still has it. He's not gonna give that shit up.
Times a million.
Nobody.
Hold up. I didn't know
that.
I
think if there's a push for it, the push would be now for that. Like, the pressure will be on. It's intense right now.
Feel pressure. He not out there. Like, he goes to the reservations and see people with red skin like the name Redskins. So he's like, okay, if they fuck with it, cool.
Exactly.
Yeah, so he's everybody on the outside is making a bigger deal than he is.
Yeah,
it's damn near almost a weight off his shoulders.
I agree.
And it's not like he's like racing, like sitting up there like, ha ha ha, look at them. Like,
I don't feel like that.
Yeah, so like,
yeah, I agree. And plus,
so would you say that the public outcry or whatever backlash isn't big enough right now?
No, I mean it's the same shit.
Dan Snyder don't. Oh, go ahead, Randall. My bad.
I'm saying it's like the same shit with people tearing down these statues and shit. Like, like if it's wrong, you should have been done it. Like, why are you waiting? You should have been.
Right. And plus, Dan Snyder, he don't strike me like the type of dude that's just gonna fold just because of whatever, you know what I'm saying, the trend is in the moment. And same thing with Jerry Jones. Like, I don't.
How has he made his money? How is he? What is he, an investor? What does he do?
Dan Snyder been fighting this though. He's been ignoring that.
His first million, he made like his first million like when he was like 18 in his garage.
On drugs?
And no, he was selling like vacations to like college students. He made his first million like that.
Selling what to college students?
Like vacations to college students.
Vacation.
And
so new uniforms.
So I don't want to.
We're the only team that don't upgrade on uniforms. Like,
I just want some new colors. Just a splash.
So I don't want to compare the two, but so I'm going to. So he's similar to Mark Cuban. How Mark Cuban came up.
Communication
Mark Cuban
like that.
Mark Cuban was like tech.
Self-made.
Yeah.
Right.
Completely self-made.
And he's still fairly young as a billionaire or whatever. That's why I expect him to go ahead and go with the change. He's not like a Jerry Jones or whatever. I know Jerry Jones. Jerry Jones never changed that motherfucking name. But
just start a new era, man.
Jerry Jones old school, dog. He an old school type mindset. Like he ain't the type that's gonna fold, bro.
Yeah, nothing.
Like,
nothing. That's why I expect Daniel Snyder to maybe
it's just a new era, man.
I'm not saying he's buckling under pressure, but I'm saying as a smart investor or businessman, a rebranding, you know what I'm saying, to make more money in the long run or whatever the fuck. I would expect a younger billionaire.
For the Redskins, we kind of like, that's like a classic joint. Like that shit ain't like, you know what I'm saying? Like the Redskins still one of the most lucrative franchises.
Why?
And we didn't have the same
every year
uniform forever. You know what I'm saying? And we been some shit, but we still been lucrative. I think that burgundy and gold play a part of that. Like
because of the history. It's the history.
That's part of the legacy. It's definitely part of them Super Bowl runs. All that is classic. It probably is like the most vintage uniform in the league too, for real.
You've been
like, for real.
And overall, though, I do agree with Randall. I think it's a thing where, like, you know, it's one of those situations where you got like people with their own agendas, and you know, like a nigga might just want to take Dan Snyder down because he don't like it, and then want to use the racist name as an opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's one of these same situations.
Mike said what? Mike Wise from
Oh yeah, what about him?
Like he the worst at it. Like he just used like all his like personal like vendetta towards Dan Snyder. And he's like, you know, white man that wants to make change and
oh yeah, he's a liberal white, exactly. Yeah. And Max Kellerman just like that too. But but that's the thing though. I think that if Native Americans, like the average Native American walking around, is offended by it, then change the name. But this could just be another motherfucker telling you that you should be offended by it. That ain't even fucking Native American. You know what I'm saying? We know a lot of that shit goes on today, where you got people telling you what you should be offended by, even if it doesn't offend you.
It's just part of the narrative that's going on in America.
Exactly.
That's what it is. They're putting the pressure on it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, and he probably not gonna fold. But if he did, I would understand. I would use it as a marketing ploy and say it's a new era. Yeah, moving forward. Blah blah blah.
Rebranding.
Know that shit. I'm telling you, man. Just reinvest.
You think the Redskins fans gonna go with that shit? I think the majority of Redskins fans is not going to want to give up.
They might, but it's a new era on things too, though. They can make it attractive, though, man. DC's attractive right now.
I just don't want to fold under these means of people just piggybacking off of shit. Like
I feel that too.
If we change our name to Washington Warriors like in 3 years, I wouldn't mind. But if we do that shit right now, just because you feel like the pressure from all this this bullshit that's happening right now, I'm not fucking with it. I'm sorry.
I agree. I'm with you. I agree.
But that's why I think it would happen now. Because that
colors, man, we gotta keep the colors at the minimum, dog. Like if they say do not change those fucking colors, like I'll be hurt if they change those colors, yeah. Like you said, they changed the Washington Warriors. Don't change
the colors. Keep the colors. Add like a charcoal gray or black.
Nah.
Change it. My great-great-grandmother Cherokee. I'm offended by the Redskins.
Don't nobody want no charcoal. Don't leave that shit in Philly. Don't want
what? I'm talking about. I'm talking about for like a alternative jersey, man.
Hey, two questions.
Hold on. That shit you
That should be the Washington Reds and just be red and black. Like Maryland.
They won't be called that no more.
That article you sent earlier, Al, talking about like investors are influencing like big companies to step back. That don't matter because if they step back, another one will step in.
Yeah,
that's
the name of the game.
Hey, two questions. So I know
Nike a bullshit ass. Nike said they're gonna step back. Nigga, you make the jerseys. You're gonna have to make our jerseys, stupid.
Nike ain't stepping back.
Yeah.
They want to be involved. They always want to be in the mix of anything that's happening. They
step back. Holler at me. I'll make the damn
They
jersey.
all over NFL. Two questions.
So 2 questions. First question. Do y'all think like the allegiance to the Redskins name, hypothetically speaking, is just because like y'all are Redskins fans, like true and true? Or do you know what I'm saying? Like if it was another team, like hypothetically speaking, if it was the Kansas City Chiefs, but they were the Kansas City Redskins, like
that's the same thing though. Like we just said this shit. Like if we get in trouble, they should get in trouble too. The Blackhawks.
I just wanted to ask.
We all in trouble. We all cut.
No, so I just wanted to ask the question. So I mean, is it because
the Celtics are offensive, bro? Them was like
they changed the name of what's that school? The Sioux. They changed the name of that. Was it in North Dakota or whatever? Sioux Indians. They changed the name of that because of that shit like a couple years ago.
What about the Fighting Irish? Like, what if I'm an Irish person?
Hey, yeah, that's racist.
We're being projected as being.
But they like that
aggressive.
That you know how like the Irish people had that stereotype that they like to fight, and you know how they square up with.
They drunk and they fight.
So it's like what if you fucking like, you know what I'm saying? Oh, that's a stereotyping us because we're the fight. Like, no, them niggas is not offended by that shit.
I'm waiting for them to come out. No, somebody gonna come out and say it. Watch.
The reason why nobody gonna come out and say that shit though is because they're not politically. White people aren't tied to the. It's like you're not looked. It's like almost everybody who perceives themselves as a victim is going to be tied to the Democratic Party and shit like that. So they're not going to really have none. They don't really need to say that. Like no one's going to use the pain of the white man being offended as a vote for me because I'm gonna stand for your rights. Like they ain't nothing to say. Them, you know what I'm saying? Ain't nobody gonna. There's no emotion to play on with those people. You know what I'm saying?
I got you.
All right, and then so second question, because we're talking about the shitty skins. So with your second year quarterback, like with the whole crop of second year quarterbacks, like what's your predictions not only for Dwayne Haskins but also for the entire field? Like how y'all think that's gonna play out and who y'all think is gonna have the best?
All right, before we start, what's the we need like the list of the quarterbacks we're gonna be talking about real quick.
Kyler Murray. I think Kyler Murray.
That was my pick too.
Randall, Marcus said before we start. So before we start, you got Kyler Murray. You got.
Can you put it in the chat like the list real quick? The names you're looking at. But
Aaron Donald. I mean, not Aaron Donald.
Josh Allen sophomore. Is Josh Allen?
Nah, this is like his third. This coming on his third year, I think. Yeah, he came in with.
What's the name from the
Lamar Jackson in them.
Lamar ain't in there.
Oh, Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold. This is his third year. Yeah. Sam Darnold was in the draft with Lamar Jackson. Yeah. It's Haskins, Murray, Daniel Jones, and the dude from the Broncos. Drew Lock.
I think he got.
It's one more though. I feel like I'm forgetting. Oh, Gardner Minshew. Yep, Gardner Minshew.
Is he the starter?
He not no sophomore.
I think he their starter, ain't he?
Yeah.
But he ain't a sophomore though.
Yes, he is.
Yeah, this is the second year.
For real?
Didn't they sign Nick Foles? Or didn't they sign another quarterback? The Jazz.
Nah, Nick Foles went to Chicago.
Oh, Chicago. You're right.
Did he? Right. Oh, he might ball. He's
Ryan Finley with the he with the Bengals, right?
Yep.
So he ain't doing shit because homeboy they just drafted
Jared
the homeboy number 1. I can't think of. Jared
Jared
Stidham, but they got Cam up in there now. So.
That's dead.
Yeah.
They got Cam up in there, so that's over with. So really, it's between Kyler Murray, Haskins, Daniel Jones, and Drew Lock for the most part, and Gardner Minshew.
Yeah. I don't think Kyler got no comp. I think Kyler got it. And they just got D-Hop over that joint.
Daniel Jones. This is third year?
Second year.
Second year, yeah. Giants, yeah.
Yeah, I ain't put him in there. My bad. Daniel Jones.
He number 2. Well, I got Daniel number 2.
I'll say, I would say Kyler Murray, I'll probably say, I think might, probably had the most likely, if any of them become a star, maybe it'd be him. He kind of flew under the radar last year. Like, they didn't really talk about him much, but he had a good rookie season.
He had a decent year.
Daniel Jones actually was the most impressive looking one, to be honest with you. Like, he kind of jumped off the screen. You know what I'm saying? You could see his athletic ability, his arm. He seemed very calm in the pocket and whatever. Yeah. So he looked legit. I ain't even gonna lie. I wanted to hate. But I couldn't.
He's just boring. He's just a boring guy. But he can play.
Yeah, but he's not boring to watch though. He's pretty.
Yeah, he's like the perfect fit for New York. Like
he is, man.
That was like he went. That was a good pick for them.
All right, so what y'all talking around it? Who gonna have the best year?
Kyler.
Yeah, I said Kyler too.
Yeah, I think
D-Hop went over there, dog. D-Hop went over that joint. He's going.
Yeah, he got D-Hop now.
He's going to ball.
They ain't got no defense.
So Fitzgerald's still over there?
Yeah, Larry's still there. He gonna retire there.
He gonna ball.
They got
don't get me wrong. He ain't going to the show, but he gonna ball. They gonna have some games. They gonna have some.
They probably win like 7 games.
Some games.
And the thing right now, the wild card is Haskins though, because you see, like he been working hard in the offseason. He been out here throwing with the best receivers. You know what I'm saying?
You saw that video?
He's probably the best. He's probably has the best arm talent out of all these niggas. Just straight up, his arm talent. He's probably the most talented.
He's the unknown.
But you just don't know because you don't know what that Redskins offense going to be. You don't know what that Redskins offense going to be.
Yeah.
But I still think out of every.
I'm gonna be watching.
Say that again.
Haskins throwing around like 20, 27, 28 touchdowns.
Haskins he's a pure passer. You know? I just think you just don't know what the Redskins offense is going to be. I think that's just the only question.
Take the under.
I think he has the highest ceiling out of all these quarterbacks though. Just as a pure passer, I think he has the highest ceiling out of all of them.
We need to find out what that running game going to look like.
So I'm gonna throw a curveball.
We got about 6 running backs. We got like 6 of them. You know what I'm saying?
I know. It depends on that run game. I think Haskins going to ball though. As long as we can keep a number 1 running back healthy. You know what I'm saying?
Get a receiver out there.
Corey. Oh, wait. You notice Corey keeps saying we.
I know.
I'm calling him out.
What did I say?
We.
You definitely just said
You
definitely said
as long as you can keep. My bad.
That's a habit.
That's in his heart. He is a Redskins fan in his heart somewhere around.
It is though. That's y'all my number 2 squad. Y'all my number. I live here. I can't fuck with the Ravens.
Remember I said we got a couple closet Redskins fans in here. He was definitely one of the people.
That's me. I'm a closet Redskins fan. I've been trying to look out for Darius Geis. I've been looking out for Mr. LSU, trying to see what he's gonna do out this motherfucker. I want to see what the Skins gonna do. The fucking stadium right here. I can walk to the stadium. It's fucking right here.
That's if we even have a goddamn season. It's not.
That's still up in the air too. That's still up in the air.
I know, man.
Well, I'm gonna just.
That was suck though. No football.
Oh, that kill everything. That kill everything. I could. What did
Ray Ray say? What did Ray Ray say? Ray Ray said if we don't have no football, it's gonna be a crime wave out here. It's gonna be a crime wave. We gotta have football. Got to.
You know how in the fall.
Too.
And in the fall time when the weather started to change and it's just that football air, you know what I'm saying? It's like when that season comes, there's no
that
football.
Cool,
that shit
crisp
air. Real fresh air. That's that fresh air.
That is a certain the air smell a certain way.
Yeah, you be right like high school. You hear the band.
The fall nights, hear the crowds.
Ooh, yeah, we gotta.
Hey, by the way, not to cut you off, my high school team got like about 3 guys right now, all going D1, and 2 of them already signed with Maryland. So I mean, Consortia, man. If y'all ever want to go to a game, Consortia. If y'all ever want to just check a high school game, they got a racket D1 talent this season coming up.
Where's that at?
And at their quarterback, it's in Gaithersburg. Their quarterback, he already committed to Nevada. So they got some legit niggas over there.
I do want to see that because that's what it's about. I want to see I like seeing the premium up and comers like
them Friday night lights
before they get their craft and all that.
By the way, Maryland Terps, man, they coming quietly. They've been recruiting on their ass like that.
Finally.
They coming quietly.
They ain't been bumping since Ralph, dog. They ain't been bumping since Ralph. Finally,
that was a great time. That was a great fucking time.
Shit.
They coming.
Who was the quarterback back then? That he played in the NFL for a few years, like a handful of years.
They had
Scott. No, what was his name? I don't remember. In Ralph Friedgen years, I think the year when we was at our height. I think we was ranked like 14 or something.
I want to say Scott McBride or something like that.
I can't tell you.
Something like that.
I remember. I think a linebacker was DeQuell Jackson back then. I can't remember.
You used to always use DeQuell on the Madden. I remember that.
And lights out.
Oh yeah, Merriman.
Going back to the second year quarterback, having the best year. I'm going to say Drew Lock. Drew Lock in Colorado.
That's Broncos.
Yes, yeah. Drew Lock. So he has Melvin Gordon, he has Philip Lindsay, he has Jerry.
But their offense sucks.
But that's what I'm saying. He
has
no play.
He did look decent though. He looked decent.
And if you think about it, they are playing, and I know they play the Chargers, and the Chargers have a good defense, but at the same time, they are playing the Raiders defense. They are going to play the Chiefs defense, and the Chiefs are going to make them put up numbers.
So, I need the whole lineup. I got to see the schedule. I need the whole lineup.
I mean, they're in a division. I don't know their full breakdown of their schedule, but I'm just saying they're in a division, so they have to play those teams at least 6 times.
I gotta see.
So I would say Drew Lock, he got some weapons, and then I mean like he was able to slow pace his way into the fray and allow himself to learn, and then come with his Jeezy put on for my city.
Yeah, but that's what I mean, man.
He looked decent last year.
Like he wants to have flavor, but I don't think he got flav. That's the whole thing about it. Like I know he wants it. I don't think he got it.
Yeah, I don't see nothing much has changed over the offseason other than Melvin Gordon. You know what I'm saying? It's not like he has some bum ass running backs.
They didn't even need a running back.
Yeah, it was. That's what I mean.
But they don't even know what their new coach is going to do either. I'm pretty sure he ain't going to be that risky. Like, man, he trying to keep his job. But they win 4 or 5 games.
You said they ain't add nobody, but they also added Jerry Jeudy in the first round. They
did.
Yeah. And then they also added I mean, a little skilled little playmaker, a little shifty little receiver, and KJ Hamlin or what have you.
KJ Hamlin from Penn State.
Yeah, so I mean, like, I'm not saying
he got weapons, Al. You right, he got weapons, but
no, that's what,
he's some trash.
I think he got
Drew Lock is not like that. To be honest, it's not. I know it's not sexy, but I just don't see it. I don't see it.
It's not like Dwayne Haskins where you be like, all right, you see, it's like you can see the talent, and then he just like, all right. He just need time. I look at Drew Lock and I just look at him and I'm like, that nigga sucks.
The Broncos are boring, man. They ain't gonna be moving that rock like that.
I don't even see it with Cam. Cam has probably one of the hardest schedules right now going to New England. You know what I'm saying? I see him winning more games.
You forgot Cam is playing in the division. I know the Buffalo Bills are tough, but Cam is playing in the division with the Jets.
In Miami,
the Bills,
but
the Bills is the only.
But those aren't. It's Tom Brady. Tom Brady is not the quarterback any longer. Those aren't guaranteed W's. Those aren't guaranteed W's. And even Tom Brady has this trouble with Miami going to Miami. And
he did have some
we're talking about how many games did Miami win last year?
Anybody.
How many games did Miami win last year? Like 3 games, 4 games?
Nah,
Tom Brady had trouble with them.
Miami won like 5 games last year.
Yeah, they won like 5 games.
With the first year coach.
Nah, they was a tough
first year coach.
I'm telling you.
And you know they were trying to tank. Like, so I mean, like they
Eagles
picked off their roster. You forgot Miami gave y'all Minka. Miami gave y'all Minka Fitzpatrick. Like literally gave y'all Minka Fitzpatrick in the beginning.
Because they stupid.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Miami didn't have the full complete roster, but they built a nice foundation. I'm not saying Miami's a great team. I'm just saying Miami built a nice foundation, whereas though they were able to grab some picks, they have a young team. But all I'm saying is you're saying like the Patriots have a tough schedule. I don't right now. I don't. They play, like I said, they play an up and coming Miami team. They play in their division. They have the up and coming Miami team. They have the Jets and they have the Bills. The Bills are legit right now.
They still got to see Greg. That defense.
I think the Bills could be a 1 year fluke for real.
Say it again.
I think the Bills could be like a 1 year fluke.
Agreed.
You think so?
Yeah, like
I don't know. They just got cuts from Minnesota, Diggs.
So what?
You don't think they already had Beasley and
just because like you make like a big splash in free agency, you still got to put all that shit together.
Yep.
Oh yeah, definitely. And that defense is no lie. The defense was no lie, dog.
But
just to start off, the defense was no lie. The defense was stout. The defense was stout all last year. I don't think that's a fluke. Maybe the offense.
I said
Maybe
the offense. They could be. Yeah, the offense.
Yeah.
Did the Giants add any weapons for Daniel Jones? Because I don't remember hearing about them drafting any wide receivers or signing anybody.
Them niggas is like, look, we got motherfucking Saquon with
it. Yeah, the boy's a dog. He's a dog.
It just scares me every time the ball is in his hand.
You said what?
He legit scares me every time he touches the ball.
Every time he touches the ball, he be making niggas look like fools out there.
Yeah, he's a dog.
Like, for real.
He's a dog.
Hey,
I would say, would you argue that he's number one running back? Would you argue he's number one running back in the league? If you know what I'm saying, if he's behind some a top 3 O-line or whatever, like
they O-line some trash.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? If he had some blockers or some shit, I would argue he's the motherfucking number one.
And they
running back
not nice either, so they just stack the box on his ass every time.
This
nigga
feel like Reggie Bush on steroids and shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? There's a bigger, stronger Reggie Bush.
When Jonathan Allen posted that picture, it was like him and Ryan Kerrigan and I think DeRon Payne. And nigga benched like 580. He squatted 585. And then they showed Saquon bench 585 by himself, like no spot or anything. I was like, God damn, this nigga's a fucking running back, bro.
Yeah.
Nah, Saquon's a beast.
I've seen
him fuck some people up. Like when he be playing, he be hurting people. Hurting them.
If he's available in your fantasy draft, make sure you get him. He's available.
I don't know. He did a bad job last year.
He got injured.
He got hurt.
Yeah, he did. Early too.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking about the Giants and Redskins and all that shit, like what's the biggest rivalry in sports? Sports period.
Teams or individuals?
Whatever you think.
Well, football is definitely got to be. You got to go with Dallas and the Skins, and then I'm gonna put my squad after that. I'm gonna say Pittsburgh and Ravens, and then everybody else fall off after football.
Nah, college basketball is gonna be
Pittsburgh. I mean, I think the Redskins and Cowboys. Because I'm a Redskins fan. I'm biased because like I fucking hate them. But I feel like over the years, the Pittsburgh and the Ravens rivalry is like it means more.
That's the best one to watch.
Yeah, that's like
playoff game.
Game.
I appreciate that.
Nah, it is though. It be looking like pure hate on the field when the Ravens and Steelers play.
Yeah,
he's getting their heads taken off and everything.
Yeah,
like San Fran and Seattle.
Yeah, and it's like because it's like over the past I would say the past 10 years, the Ravens and the Steelers. I mean, what makes good rivalries is when your teams are good. We've been shit. You know what I'm saying?
It's always a close game, though. It's always a close game.
But even still, though, it's like y'all games be meaning a lot more. You know what I'm saying? Because it'd be like y'all be trying to fight for the
personal
lead and shit.
People like fuck them niggas, dog. Fuck them niggas.
And I might be wrong, and I might not necessarily be following. Like even I think our Cowboys Redskins rivalry has lost a little bit of luster too, but because, and it might not be because, but like there are no more real allegiances to the team. So like we've had Cowboys players leave the Cowboys and go to the Redskins, and I feel like been Redskins
versa
to the Cowboys. But for the Ravens and Steelers, I feel like I might be wrong, but I feel like I don't remember like too many prominent players like which teams like that.
We actually just got our first Ravens player.
Why is he smiling? Why are you smiling?
Because I love talking about the Pittsburgh and the Ravens, you know, mainly Pittsburgh.
Who y'all just get?
Yeah.
I forgot his name, but he's on the D line. He's on the D line.
Shit.
He ain't starting.
I'm gonna switch it up. I'm gonna go college, and I'm the same way we talked about like the big games.
Yeah.
Games, I'm going Ohio State and Michigan. Like legit, like that Jones called the big game, and like regardless of what you got over 100,000 people, 100,000 college fans watching that game inside that stadium. Like, so I'm gonna go Ohio State, Michigan, and that joke might be.
And then
in college,
the glory days, the Florida State and Miami.
That's what I was going to say.
That was mine.
Back when I was coming up, Florida State and Miami Hurricanes. Yep. That was the shit.
That game, but I'm telling you, that game, it's not the same though when they not good. Like when Florida State, because Florida State fell off the past couple years and Miami fell off for like over a decade. But like when they play now, it's not the same like it was back in the day when they was both powerhouses and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah. But who Penn State, who they got a big rival too? I don't know why it's not
Penn State doesn't.
They go against is it nah.
They play Ohio State.
Yeah, their biggest rival is Ohio State. But
Ohio State, okay.
Ohio State's biggest rival is Michigan, and Michigan's biggest rival is Ohio State. So at least in my eyes, I might be wrong, but I feel like that's the biggest rivals.
That's probably the biggest one in college football.
LSU, Alabama now.
Oh, Auburn and was it Tennessee? Is it Auburn and Georgia or is it Tennessee and Georgia? No,
Georgia.
All them SEC games be like big ass. All them SEC games be big ass rivalry games though, for real. Like the whole goddamn SEC.
Yep.
You pick a game each week. You pick a game each week, and it's like one of the biggest rivalry games, the biggest turnouts.
And all they stadiums is like huge and crazy.
College basketball, UNC.
Duke. Oh yeah, all day.
All day. Duke.
All day. Shoot, you can kind of.
Here's a sleeper. Federer and Nadal. They used to go at it.
Oh yeah.
Oh, for the tennis, yeah, that's a good one.
If you like on that shit, that's like the most stressful shit to watch.
But it's always take the over, dog. You gotta take the over.
That's stressful shit to watch.
It is. Take the over on the game.
Well, I guess the only thing left is to go to the NBA. You know what I'm saying? We got Bulls, Celtics, Bulls and Pacers.
Lakers and Celtics.
Lakers and
Celtics is huge.
Bulls.
Who was it? My bad, go ahead.
Bulls and the Pistons back in the day.
Yeah.
Bad boys, man.
Who was it?
Right now,
the Lakers
rivalry with the Heat. Was it it wasn't Cleveland. Who was it with
the Knicks?
The Knicks.
Yeah,
the Knicks and the Heat. And the Knicks and the Heat in the 90s, that shit was that was like great basketball, nigga.
That was the Jeff.
They hated each other. They fought like 3-4 times. Like it was crazy.
That was the Jeff Van Gundy.
Niggas get suspended. Yeah.
Jeff Van
I watched
Gundy?
that game live, yo. Jeff Van Gundy hanging off what's his name's leg?
I forgot who leg he was hanging off.
I think it was it Patrick Ewing? No, it wasn't Patrick Ewing. It was Larry Johnson. Then Larry Johnson and Lonzo Mourning.
It was Lonzo Mourning.
Oh, okay.
You sure?
I think it was Lonzo Mourning. No, I'm not.
I think it was Larry Johnson and Lonzo Mourning. That was the fight they got into.
Yeah.
That's why they brought Anthony Mason in there, because they knew he was.
Man, that Knicks squad, they had Latrell Sprewell, Anthony Mason, and fucking
like a wreck.
Come on, that squad, yo.
Chris Childs too.
Chris Childs.
You know what I'm saying? Come on, that Knicks team was special, man.
Yeah.
And I think what they
What about for a couple of years, Cleveland and the Wizards?
Oh yeah.
That was some good. Yeah, that's some good playoff shit.
Shit, I think at our height before we started being some shit again, when we was going against the Celtics too, the
Yeah, I was about to say,
Celtics, they had some good battles too.
It was y'all in the Celtics, the Heat and the Celtics too. I think when LeBron was over there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. No, when Cleveland was going at Detroit, young LeBron.
Nah, the Celtics and the Cavs before LeBron went to the Heat.
Yeah.
That's why he went to the Heat.
Some good 1v1s, some good 1v1 Jones that I like to see right now, and it might just be a product of the moment. But is Dame versus Rush, yo. Like I think that is mere rivalry right now. Like,
wait, who?
Dame Lillard versus Russ.
Oh, Dame and Russ. Yeah. They got something. Yeah. That should be personal on the court with them too.
It is personal.
It'll be personal shit. You can tell.
I hear you, bro. What'd you say, Ryan?
If they ever do that mic'd up shit, they need to do that game.
Ooh, every time. Every time.
Let's go to that boxing. Manny Pacquiao and Floyd.
Because it wasn't ever no wars.
And it didn't happen when it was supposed to happen.
It was words before.
Nah, it's supposed to be Roberto Duran. It's Roberto Duran and who he fight 3 times? Sugar Ray.
Yeah, no mas.
He said no mas.
No mas. Yeah, and then another joint that's probably a lifelong joint, and especially because we right here too. But Ov and Crosby.
You took. I was just about to say that shit.
That's a good one.
Because them mamas came in at the same time. Go ahead, B.
I was gonna say how did I forget that? Yeah, I literally.
Yeah, that's major.
That's probably one of the best ones for real.
Yeah, because if you think about it, they came in at the same time, and like literally, I seemed like they was always in the playoffs playing against each other and all that good shit.
Yeah,
yep.
They had to face each other
and
to go to the cup.
And Ovi had to beat them to get to there. So.
Yep. That's a great storyline.
Hell yeah.
What about baseball? What's some baseball rivalries? Red Sox and Yankees, obviously.
That's the biggest one.
That might be it. All right, do y'all think? All right, so what are we saying is the biggest rivalry though? Is it Ohio State, Michigan out of all sports? Like, would that be the number one rivalry? Because that fucking Yankees and Red Sox is like probably top 3.
It might be.
Yeah, it is top 3.
I think that job. Sometimes you play for like something like huge. It just can't be. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think them Jones are so interchangeable. Like the Red Sox Yankees Jones is definitely like, I think it's interchangeable, and you already know because like people fall off and everything. But at the same time, like the Ohio State Michigan Jones, just for the simple fact of like it seemed like every time they play each other, and I might just be like a product of the moment, but it seemed like almost every time they play each other, like they're literally fighting to see who can go to like one of the most prominent bowl games or who's going to win the Big Ten championship, and that's the only reason that like. I think it might not be like the epitome jump because it is fighting for your conference championship, but at the same time, I think it still should be up there because every time it is fighting for your conference championship.
Hey, I'm gonna fuck y'all up though. One of the it's got to be in the top 3. NWO versus DX.
Oh man, you know that.
Wolfpack. Well, I think it's Wolfpack. NWO versus Wolfpack.
NWO versus DX. D Generation X, dog.
Yeah, man. DX versus anybody was a rivalry. They was running through.
Boxing. Muhammad Ali and
Joe Frazier.
Yeah.
Hey, but who was the Batman that pulled out the gun on Muhammad Ali with blanks in it? Did y'all ever see that?
Oh shit! Who did that?
I didn't hear about that shit.
Me neither.
Damn, that's so hard as shit.
I feel like I heard about it, but
they was like they was like in a press conference or something. Now like they little pre-fight press conferences and shit. And like I forgot who it was. I find it, y'all, and I send it, and then we can post it. But like they was in the press conference, and like Muhammad Ali was in the Baba face, and he was like, "All right, well, I had enough of your talk and pulled out like a blank gun and a gun with blanks in it and like stop fake shooting at Muhammad Ali. I swear.
What? Oh man.
Wait, that was Joe Frazier, wasn't it?
He gotta get
I'm trying to
some more security there, so you can't another nigga be strapped. just roll up on that nigga.
A different day.
And you was talking shit?
Oh shit, Drew Lock's still some shit though.
He is. He's gonna see this.
And Tyson and Holyfield ain't have a little rivalry. They fought like
Yeah,
twice.
that's a good one.
Did Tyson lose both of those?
It was Sonny Liston. Sonny Liston pulled the gun out on him.
Oh shit!
Oh,
Liston.
that's crazy.
And he wasn't even that important.
I would say Stone Cold and Vince McMahon and The Rock versus Triple H.
No, Mankind and Undertaker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They used to get it on.
They used to.
Wrestling is all about rivalries.
That's
Yeah, they had the
Mankind
best,
Undertaker
man.
is legendary though. That's a legendary rivalry between
Man.
those two.
Those cage matches. Oh my god.
right now.
The casket match.
Mick Foley probably one of my favorite wrestlers ever, young. I ain't like him like when I was a kid, but you look back, that nigga, that was a tough motherfucker right there.
He was entertaining, man. Yeah,
he's entertaining. Yeah,
he put it all out there. It was
He
disgusting. Was a disgusting creature.
Sick.
He used to
Putting
always
that
get
shit.
Man,
He was always
Hey,
fucked up at the end of everything.
you know, right now in today's age, you can't do that shit. Putting like some down niggas' throats and making them throw
Exactly.
up. Like, how is this nigga just doing that? Like,
his specialty was putting his 3 fingers down your throat and holding the bottom of your shit.
No,
Like, that is crazy.
unsanitary that shit is.
Disgusting.
And using the same joint at that. Using the same fucking joint.
Yeah.
Weapons.
Remember you used to have to sneak and stay up.
Remember he had the sock, the little sock.
He used to pull that sock out his pants, man.
Out them
Oh,
dingy ass sweatpants.
oh, that's so nasty. And then put it in your mouth. And then put it in your mouth.
Yo, wrestling it takes a special type of person to be a pro wrestler. You know? Everybody can't do that shit.
Real talk.
But speaking of rivalries, though, we even take it to like the whole like music scene and shit. I know y'all seen that battle with Jada and Fab. Like, what was y'all opinions? I know Jada and Fab ain't necessarily rivals, but they kind of are as far as like they kind of take up the same space in hip hop. Like, the same demographic pretty much listens to both of them. So, what y'all think? Did y'all see the battle?
Yeah, I rewatch it. Yeah.
Well, let me get me out the way. I ain't see the battle. But number one, I'm gonna go with Jada anyway. So go ahead. Y'all go ahead.
That was my favorite battle out of all them joints. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that was the most entertaining one to me personally. Maybe it's just because I'm a fan of both and I like their music or something. But that was a really good battle right there.
It was so authentic too. Yeah.
I predicted Jada was going to that joint. But the only reason why is because I know when I look back, Jada had way more classic joints that I remember that from the 90s all the way up to like, the 2000s. So like he had a lot. And Fab, I know Fab had a lot of radio hits, but I don't remember having that many like individual songs that was like, that stuck with me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So that's the reason why I went with Jada.
Same thing, man.
Have any of y'all ever actually got a Faboulous album? I know I've got multiple Jada albums.
Yeah, I got a couple of Fab joints. Yeah. When he was first coming out, I know his very first one.
Dropped, I listened to all that shit.
Yeah.
I used to look forward to every Fab. I still do when every
Fab was fresh. He was on the same type fresh that I was at that time too. So I definitely.
You was rocking the bandana on your hat.
You got the paper towel?
Nah, I ain't do all that. I had the jerseys though. Jersey game was nasty.
Hey, you know what's funny though? Jada and Fab the only niggas that do that paper towel headband shit. Jada and Fab the only two niggas that have headbands. That's funny. Oh yeah, did he? He probably did. I can see that.
But Jada, I mean, I fuck with Fab, but Jada just got more bars, man. It's just like, when I compare the two, I just feel Jada more, man. He's just a real street general.
That shit was
it's his delivery.
This shit was timeless. Like his classic Jones was just super timeless.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, it was joints I forgot about. Like I was just like, oh yeah, he had
them locks.
Just even the beats.
And he didn't play all this shit either. Like he had.
I know he didn't.
I think Jada.
Fab had more shit.
I think
both of
them. I think his beats was just like they like matched. I don't know.
Jada?
Yeah. Like his
they had the same producers. Like Alchemist produced a lot of Fab Jones. Alchemist, a lot of Jada.
Definitely hooked Jada up more than he do Fab.
No, Jada can just get on shit like that though. That's how Jada is, man.
He's
like
a seasoned vet.
Yeah, he's like a real
get on any
spokesman.
Another thing that fucked me
the
up
lyrics
is I know that Jada was writing some of them. We was talking about this shit in another episode, but Jada was writing a lot of them Diddy verses. Like he wrote that Victory Jump. They was spitting.
Yeah, that's a classic verse right there.
You can't hear it until you hear. When I was seeing Jada rap this shit, I was like, damn, this shit is Jada. Like when he
sound just like Jada, right?
Right. That shit fucked me up.
I think my biggest takeaway, I don't care if nobody else saying, like even before we get to like who won the shit, was just how drunk Jada was. You know? That
oh man, he was so saucy.
Nah, they was both drunk. Fab was drunk as shit too, because Fab started dancing, and Fab don't, he like super late. Like, that nigga ain't dancing.
Yeah, Fab just too cool. But
at first,
Jada.
Sitting there. At first, they were just sitting there listening to it, but as soon as the drink started pouring, they was getting up and shit.
Yeah, what Jada say? He'll turn down nothing but his collar.
It was funny though, because they was about halfway in, and Jada was acting drunk as shit about halfway in, and this nigga with the Douce bottle.
Right.
He had that joint sitting by his ankle. He over there still. I'm like, this nigga still pouring. I was like, oh, he about to get fucked up. Like, and it showed. By the end of that joint, that nigga was just pretty much like, you know what I'm saying? He was just fucking operating. Ready.
He kept sitting down. That's where he fucked up. He was sitting down.
Yeah, man. You can't sit down, get up.
Would have been good. He kept sitting down.
They definitely could have still kept going, but it was time to go.
Damn, this shit.
To me, they should have kept going, because there was songs I was waiting for that didn't come. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like they could have made that. They should have kept doing it. And
do a part two.
Who y'all think won though?
I think Jada won. I think Jada won. I think with Fab, I think like Fab has so many different punchlines, but at the same time, I feel like Jada's like actual songs, like the actual full on like
versus
songs were like the classics, and they were like bringing you back to like, it seemed like when Jada's songs came on, you knew exactly where you were or like what time frame you were in when them songs dropped, and like those moments like couldn't be replaced. So I feel like Jada won. I know it was close, but I feel like Jada won. And I know Fab has a lot more, it seemed like a lot more commercial jumps that he played. But I think Jada won that jump.
Yeah.
I think
go ahead.
But
I will say is that I think that nah, you go ahead. You got it. Go ahead.
I think Jada won, and then he was like in the lead early, and then Fab closed the gap towards like the middle and end, because he was hitting all them female and them
all them hits,
singles. But Jada could have easily like kind of extended himself. He had some of his like the joints he did with like Mariah Carey and shit like that.
Yeah, I was waiting for them joints.
Mm-hmm. The honey shit.
Yeah. I was waiting for them. Like Jada had a couple joints. Like it was a moment where Jada was getting on a lot of R&B tracks. So that's why I was surprised.
He started like that whole shit.
He said that too. He's like you riding the shit when he kept in the
Nah, Jada funny, man.
I think Jada won that shit though. I would definitely go with Jada on that.
He's got more bars.
What do y'all think is another? What's another battle y'all want to see, or another like two rappers y'all like to see go head to head? That's probably maybe in the same space.
T.I. and Jeezy.
T.I. and who?
T.I. and Jeezy.
Nah, Jeezy.
That'd be good.
Jeezy and Gucci.
But I'm telling you right now, T.I. washing any nigga from the South. Ain't nobody fucking with T.I.'s catalog, bro. Like Jeezy, Gucci, None of them niggas is fucking with. If you really look at the songs, if like it'll take you back. Like you look back, like damn, I forgot about this one. Like T.I. had so much shit, bro, and he had singles.
Starting off with that ASAP joint. Starting off with that ASAP joint.
Oh yeah.
I don't think nobody fucking with T.I. from the South. Man.
Starting off with that ASAP joint. You go to Rubber Band, man. Yeah, T.I. got cuts. T.I. got cuts.
You can't battle.
You're right. You're right. T.I. got cuts.
I mean, you could have easily said that with Fab and Jada, like beforehand, but when you see that shit actually play out, it's a little closer than you think.
And so I think the only thing I want to take away from like the verses is like I think it needs to be a remote criteria because it's like the same shit with boxing. Like it's no real criteria. So like we only play with the verses, it's literally like only a verse or what have you. Right. So like if we want only a verse as opposed to like the actual song, the actual like punchlines and everything in it, like that jump is like
So how did they play, Al? What did they do? Just verses? Or
I mean, you just pick. I mean, you basically pick whatever verse you want. I mean, you pick whatever part of the song or what have you that you want. I think you can pick whatever part of the song or something that you want. But I'm just saying, like, I mean, I feel like it just needs to be a quote unquote criteria. Whereas though, if we're judging it and we're gonna say who won, I mean, like, regardless, hands down, I still say Jay.
Nah,
but.
Well, what I'm saying, I didn't watch the joint, but so what was they playing? Whole verses, or was they playing the whole album? I mean, the whole song.
They play like a verse of a song. They play like a verse. A verse and a hook. A verse and a hook.
Because I would say like even I would love to see like a hypothetically speaking, if we're doing verses, I would love to see a T.I. verse, maybe a T.I. verse Andre 3000.
Oh no.
Well, yeah, he got cuts. Yeah, that would be a good one.
Verses. Because, I mean, I don't know, and I might just be speaking Andre 3000 right now just because that's one of my favorites. But, like, I mean, like, the verses and the different – I don't know exactly what else he wrote for. And I know T.I. has a long, extensive catalog, but
well, if that's the question, Kanye going to have to hop out here.
No, it need to be like they need to start taking it back to classic shit like that. Like Jay-Z and Nas need to do one.
I don't see them doing it at all. I definitely don't see.
They wouldn't.
That's gonna be
not gonna put himself in a position to lose. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't even think he'll allow himself to. You know what I'm saying? He want to keep that prestige. Jay-Z wouldn't do no shit like that.
He's the Mayweather of rap. He's gonna set himself up.
Yeah.
What
they gonna have to put that shit.
50.
You said who?
T.I. and 50.
T.I. and 50?
Nah.
I don't know. T.I. got way more.
I got T.I. winning that one.
T.I. got way more.
I don't even want to see that battle. I don't even see that battle.
50 wouldn't jump out there like that anyway.
Who would be a good battle for 50?
You say who?
Cam or something? Like, who would be a good battle?
Dipset will win.
Yeah, Dipset got
Rick Ross.
They got money.
They got real beef. Rick Ross is washing 50 up. Rick Ross is getting 50 up.
Yeah, Rick Ross gonna get that too. Ross gonna get that.
I like to see Ross and Jeezy. I think Ross and Jeezy.
Oh, that'd be a good one. That'd be a good one.
That might be an even one. Maybe. Maybe, because Jeezy's gonna run off that Thug Motivation 101 all day, dog.
Yeah.
He better. That joint was a classic.
He got at least 4 or 5 on every album. 4 or 5 on every mixtape.
Don't forget, Ross had some bangers too. Like you can name some of the different. So that would be
some shit.
I like that
when he first came out.
Yeah, I like that battle. Port of Miami. I like that battle.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that one was nice. And then
I feel like
after that, God Forgives, I Don't. That joint went. He had that 9/11 joint on there.
Yeah, I think if Kanye was in the battle, I feel like the only person that could go against Kanye is probably Drake. That's probably about it. Like I don't know who else would be in that conversation.
As far as the catalog, yeah.
Right, you need them hits.
Yeah.
Catalog. That would be a good ass fucking that's a good one. That's a good one.
What about Alicia Keys versus John Legend?
I ain't even tuned in.
I didn't watch the whole, but I kind of skimmed through it. John Legend, I kind of slept. That nigga had a lot of shit. Like I slept on. I thought Alicia Keys was going to just watch that nigga. Nah, Like John Legend had it. And I didn't even know he wrote on that what's it called? Everything is Everything. That Lauryn Hill joint. I didn't even know he wrote on that shit.
I didn't either. That nigga John Legend was like Gambit, like pulling jokes out his sleeve and just.
Yeah, I was like, hold up, wait.
And I realized that I actually like John Legend more than Alicia Keys too. I didn't know it, but I realized it in that moment. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn.
I ain't mad at you.
Like, I actually like this nigga's songs better. Like, damn.
He out here. Don't sleep on him.
I ain't even gonna lie. That first, I don't want to say that first John Legend, the Ordinary People CD John Legend, whichever one.
Yeah.
They're trying to crank. They even made it
the one I bought.
Crank that much.
That whole jump went.
Mm-hmm. It did though. That was soulful.
Yeah, that drink up.
I remember when that shit came out.
Now you got me thinking of other joints. Yeah, that joint crank. I just don't see Fab ever winning that shit, dog. With fucking Jada. I'm thinking about.
Fab just got way more commercial appeal.
Yeah,
than Jada.
when I hear Fab, I go back to the late '90s, early 2000s. I'm thinking, what's the girl he had? The Baltimore girl,
Lil Mo.
Lil Mo singing on that joint. That's all I can think of, dog.
That was the thing about the battle.
You know, when Fab first came out, I was sold immediately because that I Can't Deny It song came out. Then I seen the video.
Oh yeah,
that was the jersey
that was
on.
the jump. That was the jump.
It was all colorful and shit. And I was like, this nigga's cool. Like, you know what I'm saying? Just immediately.
That's probably my number one Fab song here. Yeah, with Nate Dogg.
A league of her own, Missy Elliott, yo. Like,
oh yeah, hands down.
Nobody, like, I couldn't put her when, like, she would destroy
anybody, any female rapper. You know what I'm saying? And a couple of these nigga rappers.
Yeah, Missy was just so.
Yeah, Missy, she was a league of her own. She got some hits.
And her again, and you could tempo. Or her, because I mean, yeah, Timbaland producing all her shit. I mean, that's just
might hop on the track.
Yeah, that's already cheating. You got
what? Nah, yeah.
Missy actually produced. Missy was a producer too. Like, she co-produced a lot of the tracks with Timbaland. So them niggas is like a dynamic duo. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's my favorite female rapper ever. Nobody.
Yeah, I might have to agree with that too.
Nobody can take that shit. She's fucking cold. She's a fucking dog.
That versus is Eve for me.
Eve?
Yeah.
Eve against who?
Missy?
Anybody.
Missy?
I'll take Eve against anybody, any female rapper.
Eve versus Nicki? Eve against Nicki?
Let me call up Missy.
I like Eve better, but Nicki got hella hits. She got a lot of hits.
Yeah, she do.
Yeah.
Say that again?
He said Drew likes some shit.
Hey, that we might have to start titling these episodes and shit, and that'd be like the title of the episode.
Drew likes some shit.
Let me.
Titles be good though already.
I'll be mad as shit if they can throw 30 touchdowns.
And then comment.
Nah, Missy cold as shit, though. Missy cold as shit. Them motherfucking Timbo beats was fucking. That's who need to be. They need to make a motherfucking battle with fucking producers.
They did.
Nah, I need a
That's
Timbo.
where it started at. I think it started with the producer battle.
I need a Timbo joint, though. Who wants to battle?
He battled. Then who Timbaland go?
Who he go
battled?
against?
It was was it
Swiss?
Yeah, it was Swiss.
Yeah, I think it was Tim. Yeah,
oh yeah, I heard about that. That's nothing.
That was like the very first one, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I heard about that. I didn't even bother to watch that because Timbo won. Didn't.
Real quick. Did y'all hear about like that they turned down some millions to keep it as their own platform? What y'all think about that? Like,
what you talking about?
Who started versus? Who started versus?
It was Swiss. Swiss did it.
Oh, for real?
I think Swiss owns that whole platform. I think that's Swiss's shit.
That's what's up.
Because he be promoting that shit and everything.
So I think Swiss, if I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong.
Just Blaze went first, but it wasn't versus. It was just like
yeah.
Oh, okay.
So I think what they said was like they turned down like some millions to let somebody else be like have 50% of control of it. So it's still Timbo and Swiss like 100% control. And yes, they are still using Instagram TV and Apple Music and all that stuff. But they could have went to a bigger platform. But they wanted to keep it where as though it was no money attached, and that way, like it could stay. I'll say true to what it is and true to what it was. What you think about that?
That's what's up.
No, I like that.
Because niggas would have paid. I'd pay my little $1.99, whatever y'all want to pay.
You seen all the like those bigger like brands in the comments and shit, like commenting and shit.
Yeah, but that's what the people always want. They want the
and you know, like everybody was commenting. Like what's Trey got to do with that shit?
Exactly. But that's what they want. We want it authentic, yo. Like I like it like that. Keep it away from the big consumers.
Who got the best beats though? Let me ask y'all that. Timbo or Swiss? Just off of all the hits and everything. What you think? Timbo or Swiss? Swiss has some nice joints.
Timberland got commercial ones too, though.
I think it might be between Kanye and probably Pharrell.
Yeah, Pharrell got some hits too, but his stuff be sounding the same. You can tell like his eras. You can tell his eras.
But when y'all say Pharrell, they be disrespecting like Shaq.
That's what I was saying. That's why I'm looking at the Timbo and Swiss.
Like Neptunes as a group.
Yeah, he started with Neptunes, real talk.
I'm saying like
a lot of them hits was Neptunes.
It's not all Pharrell making the beats.
Chad Hugo.
Yeah, shout out Chad.
Damn, boy, them crickets loud as shit.
Hell yeah.
I heard a frog earlier.
You hear that shit?
Yeah, when we first started, a frog.
I'm out here in the DR, the PR of Maryland.
He ain't got the surround sound on his
on the iPhone.
Oh shit!
You are in Bowie.
All right, so
yeah, I'm in Bowie, Maryland.
Change it up a little bit. So if you were to find a bag of everything you ever lost growing up or to this day, nigga, what would be the first thing you look for?
Listen to me. This actually, I'm still hurt by this. Okay, I'm serious when I say this. So y'all remember on the place, the PS1, right?
Uh-huh.
Remember the memory stick that you had to stick in that was right over top of the controller slot?
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
So remember,
the little gray jump. Mm-hmm.
How Resident Evil was back then, right?
Mm-hmm.
You had to go to the chest and you had to save at the chest.
Mm-hmm.
I lost my goddamn memory card and I was like halfway through that fucking game, yo. And like to this day, fuck. I never.
That was my game too. That was my game. I played the Moonlight Sonata in the jump.
That game was scary when it first dropped. I played that shit at night.
No, that game, but like, if I had a bag, I'd go back and find some shit. Please, I'll take the memory card 1,000 times out of 1,000.
Man, you know what's crazy? When I first saw that question, I thought about this. So I had this experience. I'm gonna tell y'all about this turtle. My cousin's turtle, man. I lost.
This nigga lost his turtle.
Okay, I lost his turtle. Let me tell you, I lost his turtle. It's so crazy. So I was messing with the turtle. I'm in the yard. I picked up this bug and I had it on my finger and I'm waving it in front of the turtle's like face. So the turtle like jumps up and snaps at my finger, but he was in the tank still, but he was like latched onto my finger. So I pulled it up out of the tank because I was like trying to get it off, right? And like I swung it off, but I was in shock. I was going crazy because it hurt so bad. I just ran the house and I forgot, I swung the turtle wherever. So I was in the house for like 20 minutes. I get patched up and I'm like, oh, the turtle. I go back outside, turtle's just gone. And it was just a tank just sitting out in the yard and my cousin was gone and everything. I had to tell him when he came back. So I thought about that. I was like, dang, I would want that turtle back. Because he's like my older cousin too. It was bad, man. It was bad.
How old was you at this time?
I was probably I was like 12, and he was like teenager, like 17. My cousin Jamal, he probably gonna comment on this, man. He'll tell you, real talk. That shit was crazy. It was so bad. It was so bad. I remember that. That's what I thought of when I saw that question. I was like, oh man, that turtle, man. I still think about that. It was my index finger.
My shit would be so growing up we had like all the different playing cards and shit. So I had like baseball, basketball, football, soccer, or not soccer, baseball, basketball, and football playing cards. Like to this day, I don't know where the fucking cards are, but if I would have ever find like where them Jones were, because at that point in time, literally we had like stacks and stacks of books of cards, and like I would have ever find those cards, like I know that shit would be worth some money now because we was meticulous about what cards we actually collected, and we kept them like packaging and everything. But man, if I could find those cards, man, oh man, I love playing cards growing up.
I feel you on that, man. I remember I used to do that too, and I fucked up, took something to school one time, was trading shit. I didn't know what the fuck I was doing.
Yeah.
Came back home, my pops was like, "What the fuck is wrong with you? Where the rookie cards for the?" I was like, "What?
Where your rookie Jordan card at, nigga?"
Oh man,
rookie
I remember.
Some string thing. I traded away a Michael Jordan rookie card for a box of string.
Fine. There's no way you did that.
Yeah, no, I never forget that shit. Look,
and Michael Jordan rookie card?
Yo, I never forget that shit. And my mom.
Did you just say $1 million?
Why you need a box of string?
Dog, I used to be in love with string. I was in elementary school, dog.
A whole box, nigga.
We ain't know no better. We ain't know no better back then. We ain't know no better back then.
I know you probably thought you could get it back. You get another one.
Yeah.
I forget it. The kid's name was Maurice Linder.
Oh man. On you, Mo.
Fuck Maurice. We know you, dog.
We on that.
We on you.
Rotten ass nigga.
Yeah. I didn't even have no answer for this question, but since y'all talking into cards or whatever, I remember when I was back in the day, elementary school and shit, I was collecting Pokemon cards and shit. I had them fucking them hieroglyphic joints, them, you know what I'm saying, the Charizard and all that shit. Them joints worth like hundreds of thousands of dollars, whatever now.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, they're bread.
I wish
I used to collect them shits too.
I
All
wish
that
I would
Pokemon
have
shit.
my joints. Shit.
That shit took over like Star Trek is like the most like profitable like franchise.
Yeah, dog. I don't have them, but my wife, they still got their fucking Pokemon cards and shit. I was like, damn.
I bet you it's worth
I
guap.
still got the Charizard joints, dog.
Yeah,
that shit took me
that
back
shit
to
was. It's like don't like what you said. What?
Nah, go ahead, Marcus.
Oh no, I was just speaking on Pokemon cards. Like that shit was big. Like at one point, and like, you know, when you said, Corey, when you seen somebody with a hieroglyphic, it was like, oh shit, he got the hieroglyphics. You know what I'm saying? that was
big dog.
But the thing
he got that Mewtwo.
Like, exactly. Don't let it be the nigga with the book with the notebook, and he got a full page. He got pages of hieroglyphics.
That was me.
Like
that
was me, dog.
Like,
I had the whole book.
The collectors.
I had the whole book. I don't know what the fuck I did with them joints, dog. What the fuck I did with them.
The thing with Pokemon cards that kind of was kind of funny as a kid, like nobody admitted to that shit though. It was like,
right.
You like when, at least when we went to school, niggas like, I don't do that shit, but like behind closed door, everybody.
I know. You go over their house, they got the whole books and all that.
But nobody, but in school, nobody admitted that they have them.
Did y'all niggas fuck with the Pogs?
Yeah, man. We talked about. Yeah, we had the
slammers.
We had like the 3-pound slammer like this, where it had like the fingerprints and it was just all metal.
Turn your whole shit over.
Yeah, man. Still slam it down. I'll just boom, get the whole stack.
Let me get your whole stash then.
Nope.
that was a ruthless ass. That's like playing like craps. Like
stealing. Yeah, you're literally just stealing someone else's palms.
Yeah.
That's it.
Their whole collection that they work for.
Yeah. You can really hurt some feelings with that.
But
speaking of things I lost, go ahead.
I was gonna say, but my shit like generic. Like if I could get back something I lost, I would just say like time. Like every time I was just like in the wrong place at the wrong time, or could have capitalized off a certain situation. Like I would like to get that back. Or I was reminded of this shit recently. Remember that fucking project we did in
Oh my God,
the white lady class?
Miss Peterson, man, she stole that shit.
Yeah,
she stole that shit.
If anybody's seen that Bud Light cruise out there, we invented that shit first, and we should have been paid off.
2006, 2007.
Bud Light cruise. That shit came out 2 years later. I sold that shit.
They advertised it at the Super Bowl. She submitted that shit for a Super Bowl contest, and they had it like in February. I'm telling you, we did it in the fall. It was shown in the spring. I'm not joking. So crazy.
What class is that? At
it was like media advertising or something.
Yeah.
She got over, and then she retired after that. She wasn't even there no more. She wasn't even there.
Do you know I forgot all about that? I forgot all about that.
She was smack.
Dog, I never forget that.
I was writing that shit smack. Remember, we was in a computer lab, and this nigga was just with his eyes closed, just typing for us. We was speaking. I was just typing.
Yo, with his eyes closed too, like really doing it.
These niggas done yet?
We did a paper one night in like 6 hours. It was like a 10-page paper.
And we had like another girl with us, and she just like wrote our.
We had spreadsheets and everything in there. That was crazy.
Damn.
Oh.
And we started like 10.
Yeah, it finished like at 3. It was crazy. She stole
Marcus.
that. It was the best one. A+.
Marcus, where you at?
Well, speaking on things I lost, I would definitely say losing beats through computers crashing, because because I even most recently, maybe about 2 or 3 years ago, I had lost all my files to like basically the stems to all my beats, all my old beats. I lost all of them because my computer crashed. Luckily, I saved the MP3s. I still had the MP3s and the WAV files. I completely lost the stems to the song, so I can't go back and edit none of my like super old beats. I can't even change it. And dude, it just is what it is. But but since then I definitely learned my lesson, you know what I'm saying, and backed up everything. So that's what I do now. But that shit hurt, you know what I'm saying? Because you got certain tracks, and then not even just that, some of the beats because some of those beats I may not have like exported them into MP3s or waves. They was just sitting on my computer. So I lost those too. So I probably lost, maybe 100 beats throughout my whole goddamn life through just computers crashing and shit. You know, that shit hurt just talking about it. You know what I'm saying?
What you doing now? What you doing now, Marcus? When I was making beats,
I got an external hard drive, so I just back up everything to my external hard drive. You said what?
I would back then when I was
I just back everything up to it.
I was just emailing that shit to myself back then, just to make sure. Just to make sure you got email it. Make sure email that shit to yourself, dog. Email that shit.
Oh yeah, I've done that too. Like I would go back into my old ass emails and try to find every beat that I ever sent somebody. You know what I'm saying? And then just re-download that shit. You know what I'm saying? So I did that. But like I said, I still have almost most of the beats I ever made. But it's just the fact that I have tracks that I didn't export into actual, MP3s that I can never hear again. You know what I'm saying? So that shit sucks a lot. You know what I mean? So
I know that's I know that's just a blower. Brian, I know you done did that shit, Brian.
Man, I don't even talk about that shit, though.
I feel like all the shit that we just named is like some real heartbreak shit.
I know it.
Yeah, that shit sucked.
Email that shit. Back that shit up and email it to yourself.
Bro. That was like over 10 years, probably 10 plus years of just beats that I'll never get back. Like, you know what I'm saying? It was like, I can't even edit them shits again. They just are what they are now,
Definitely.
Shit crazy.
You put that fucking upgrade on your computer and this is gone. Them shits is gone.
But that's where it started at. It started with an upgrade, and then my computer wouldn't come back on. And then I took that shit to the Geek Squad, and then they said I had a fucking, like, there was a crack at the bottom of my computer and moisture was getting inside of it. and it was like eroding the battery, and then it fucked up some other shit. So, yeah, it
They
was
give
like
you a
some
bunch
fluke
of
shit.
bullshit. They give you a bunch of bullshit. Just make sure you email that shit to yourself from now on. Just email it. Email the project and the WAV file or MP3.
God damn, Cruz. That bitch. Check my fucking emails.
Some of y'all save that shit. Email it to yourself. If you ain't gonna save it on the cloud, that's what they use it for. Then if you ain't gonna save it on the cloud, email that shit to yourself. Whatever it is, it don't matter whatever it is. Just email it to yourself.
He said, "Baby,
but you're gonna be looking for
it." See, what's funny, dog.
Straight up, cause dog, I used to make beats and shit. I'm not in as hard as y'all niggas is into that joint. I know the feeling, dog. I know the feeling. That shit would have blew the fuck out of me. That shit blew the fuck out of me. I just lost like maybe 2 or 3 beats. This nigga talking about 100 beats. I'd have been mad as shit, dog. I would have been mad as shit.
Throughout the years, definitely.
Fuck.
Like I said, and that's the lesson I learned. Like now, whenever I make a beat, I just export that shit. I don't just make it and let it just sit on my computer and shit. Cause you know, if ain't nobody listening to it, ain't really no need to export it. If I knew I wasn't gonna send it to nobody yet, so that shit would just be sitting there whenever it was needed. You know what I'm saying? And
yeah, I know.
Now I export everything.
Do you do this too? Like I find myself like I'll start a project and then I'll my first time saving it, I'm like, yeah, I really like the feel and the way this is going. And then once you save it and then you start adding to it, but you don't save on top of that. Like you don't save until you might save it in 2 different types of ways. Like you'll save the but then you'll add on top of that joint, but you won't save it on top of as the main joint because you fuck it later.
Different versions, different feelings.
Yeah, no, definitely shit. Yes, I've done that. Yeah, sometimes I've even made a beat like part 1, part 2, part 3, just because I wasn't sure which one I liked the most. So I like whichever one. It'd be the same beat, but it might be like different instruments or different breakdowns, and then I just put export all 3 and then let the listener choose which one they like the most and shit like that. Because sometimes ideas be coming to you and you don't really know. Like ideas come to you and you like, this is good how it is, but I can't let this idea pass without me experimenting. You know what I'm saying? So add something to it. Sometimes that's sometimes you can overproduce. You know what I'm saying? Some shit don't need a whole lot, but you don't want to waste that idea. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. No.
Yeah. It's got to be beats that y'all. It might have took y'all maybe a couple months, maybe a year, couple of weeks, whatever to finish or whatever. Is you want to put some, you might want to try something different or whatever. That's why you have 2 and 3 different versions of the shit.
What the fuck?
What's this? Did the world just?
Hey, so just to switch it up a little bit, so when y'all was growing up, but was there certain shows that your parents used to always watch, or when you was around, you was kind of forced to watch whatever or did you have a grandparent or a parent that be come tell you come sit your ass in front of this TV and watch this show because this is a good show, you know what I'm saying? Did y'all have anything like that, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah. My mother made me watch all the soap operas I knew.
Oh yeah, all the soaps, dog. All My Children, Days of Our Lives,
One Life to Live,
General Hospital.
I ain't do the soap operas. I'm going outside to play. Grandma Dukes. When I'm going to Grandma Dukes, that's the joints I remember from growing up or whatever. When I was down south or whatever for the summer and shit. I remember my great grandmother. She used to like to watch. The Price is Right.
Yes.
Yes. It's like The Price is Right. My great grandmother and my grandmother was in the same house, so they was watching Golden Girls.
Yeah. And, the Golden Girls was serious, man.
And I just gotta throw Manlock in there on the home boat. Gotta throw Manlock in. Gotta throw Matlock in there. I'm pretty sure it was some other joints in there, but that was the top 3 I want to remember. And if I'm gonna go to my mom's or whatever, I know that's how I got the whole comedy shit in me and whatever. But I know I was always watching In Living Color or whatever the fuck. Living Color, Martin, and Living Single. That was the next generation anyway. That's what I was watching.
Mm-hmm. It was crazy. Like my dad, I grew up. Like my dad, like I would always watch Scooby Doo and Tom and Jerry. Like he was big on cartoons.
Oh man!
My pops was too.
And Scooby Doo, that was his joint. I love Scooby Doo, dog.
My pops used to always watch Tasmanian Devil.
And Devil, yeah. Looney Tunes.
Watch that all the time. It's crazy.
My mom watched like talk shows like Ricky Lake and
man, what?
That's perfect. The same shit with me.
Jenny Jones was live for real. I used to watch that.
Jenny Jones, I remember that Jones.
Jenny Jones was live.
Yep.
Oprah,
yeah. But Jenny Jones, that shit was entertaining as fuck.
Yo, Jenny Jones was like the female. You Are the Father. What's that dude's name?
Maury. Yeah. Real talk
Maury
though, she was. She had a good run.
Yeah, that was the original. Mm-hmm.
She was like real, like easy going and just like fuck it, we doing it.
I know she was. And that's the funny thing about it. So much ratchet shit used to be on her show, but she used to be so like calm and kind and non-judging. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Made you comfortable.
One more. Unsolved Mysteries.
Oh yeah.
What's the other? It's like 911. It's like emergency 911.
Oh, America's Most Wanted.
Nah, it was like a hospital jump, but it's like reality TV, and they used to like reenactments and shit.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. I seen that joint.
Rescue 911. Yeah, Rescue 911.
Yeah, Rescue 911. Rescue 911. Rescue 911.
Yeah, I would say my joints. My mom used to be big on like National Geographic, so I used to watch a lot of like animals and
that's dope.
Shit like that. And I look back at that shit was fucking gruesome as shit. Like they don't show the National Geographic shit they show now. It's not the shit they used to show back in the day. They show like bear cubs getting like mutilated, like eaten. You know what I'm saying? It was just fucked up shit. Anyway, and then my dad was big on Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy. So they came on back to back. So growing up, that Wheel of Fortune and Jeopardy always major. Like I used to watch them shits like every day. Well, almost.
I was big on those.
Well, kind of, because I wasn't allowed to watch TV, so I would kind of like look at the TV while my dad was watching it. You know what I'm saying? But that was probably about it.
Yeah, no, my grandma used to watch those.
My grandma, you know what show my grandmother used to hate, growing up? This is when I was like 12 or so, whatever the fuck. But this, Jerry Springer was hot. Jerry Springer was hot back then. She's like, I can't stand this motherfucking show. These motherfuckers just get on this.
Do you remember? You used to have to order Jerry Springer off pay-per-view. Do you remember that shit?
Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Swear to God.
We never had to order that. Yeah, talking about the extra shit.
Because it was like extra.
You're talking about the unready. You're talking about the
grandmother
uncensored.
Unready shit. Uncensored. Oh, okay.
But you can get the cable box with everything already.
That's the joint they used to when they used to have the infomercials, and they used to you can like, because I remember it was around the same time as Girls Gone Wild. They used to like send them the little infomercial out. You get the tapes into your house.
Exactly. Yep.
Remember that shit? You know what I'm saying? Yeah. They was preparing us, man. They was preparing us. I'm telling you.
Early.
Oh man, that shit used to be.
Oh, and MacGyver. My mom used to watch that shit.
Oh yeah. My nigga used to hot wire a fucking jet airplane with a toothpick.
Man. They got a new one that be coming on too.
My parents used to watch New York Undercover too. I remember that shit was big.
Oh yeah,
that was my shit. I used to watch that.
I remember it used to come on at 9 o'clock. That was my bedtime, so I used to always get in the bed and hear that jazz music playing and shit.
Yep. Hey, wasn't that like? Did that used to come on like Sundays, like after The Simpsons or something?
I don't know. From what I remember,
I want to say it did. It sounded right.
Single. I think it used to be Living Single, then Martin, and then New York Undercover. I think that's how I used to do it. That was like the line.
I think New York Undercover was on a different channel though. I think New York Undercover was on a different channel though.
Hey, so whole time like Sundays and TV shows and shit. Like, so we used to always watch my grandmother and my aunt and my mom always watch fucking Touched by an Angel. I feel like that.
Shit, with Eartha Kitt.
And then it was followed by Walker Texas Ranger. So
I said Eartha Kitt, Della Reese. My bad.
So if we didn't leave my grandmother's house like by 8, like we legit knew we were gonna be at my grandmother's house from 8 to 10. There was no way we were leaving in between Touched by an Angel, Touched by an Angel and Walker Texas Ranger. It was like no way. It was a forbidden. And then my grandmother and my folks used to, or especially my grandmother, used to always watch just like old westerns. Like I don't even remember none of their names, but like just old westerns. I want to say like maybe Maverick, but it was like an old junk where like just old westerns, and of course all the soap operas that we all know about, Young and the Restless, Days of Our Lives, all that shit. But Touched by an Angel.
My wife's parents still watch westerns to this day. Like they have like a thing where they sit down and watch westerns together. Like so they still be watching that. I didn't know it was a real thing, but niggas be watching westerns.
I do.
Yeah.
No,
they're popular.
We watching them joints late night.
Yeah.
Watching them joints.
Fistful of Dollars, big.
Yeah.
Good
Do
bag.
they still make them like new ones? Do they make new ones?
No, it's not the same. But
Nah.
I mean, Django is the closest thing to like how it was back then, for real.
Yeah.
And believe it or not, you can sit down and watch one of them joints. It joints be interesting as shit.
Yeah. They're good stories.
Italian used to make them jumps, and like it was set in Western United States, but Italian make them.
You said Italians?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Spaghetti westerns.
Exactly. The spaghetti joints. Yep. That's where Django came from.
Y'all know Boo Boy, right?
Yeah.
Boo Boy. Yeah, man. We used to watch westerns and turn the sound off and just used to make our own. We used to make our own dialogue when we used to watch shit.
Y'all niggas is ahead of y'all time.
That's another show.
Ahead of y'all time.
Yep. And put on.
That's another show. We need to do that. That's another show. That's another show.
That's funny as shit.
Y'all
them westerns was like that though.
That should be so.
Only they had YouTube back then.
Right.
Oh man.
Westerns like that. I be watching that shit. I don't know if it's on HBO or Showtime, whatever the fuck. They got a whole network where they just show motherfucking westerns and shit. I be watching that joint. I be watching that shit.
Get into them. They be having good storyline.
Hell yeah.
Hey, y'all seen Nigga Turtles?
The graphics and shit.
You ever seen Nigga Turtles?
That's the
Nigga
funniest.
That shit is hilarious.
That's the funniest shit on YouTube, bro.
What?
The Nigga Turtles.
We used to watch that.
That shit is hilarious.
The Nigga Turtles.
Nigga Turtles.
I ain't seen that.
It's the funniest thing.
But it's funny because it be making sense though. It's literally like the same script, but they just say it in a nigga way. But they literally like the storyline don't change. You know what I'm saying? It's the same
rearrange it a little bit.
Is it that's like the joint Keys had sent us, showed us the X-Men with the voice.
Yeah, like
That shit.
I'm the Juggernaut. Yeah,
that's Juggernaut. That was the original.
That shit had us dying for weeks. Still on.
That shit.
Drop.
I gotta get that shit.
But
Nigga Turtles.
The Nigga Turtles. The nigga to do that is the same nigga to do like all them NBA voiceovers and shit. His name's It's Real 85.
Yeah, he's funny too. He is funny. The NBA ones are funny.
Funny as shit. And then he do the Grand Theft jump, the Johnny did with Bloody Freddy. That shit. He had like a whole music video in that shit. That nigga's a creative ass nigga, bro.
Crazy. Just doing voiceovers.
I hope like Comedy Central try like coming in and swooping and try like take the whole idea.
This shit gotta be fun.
Man, that's all they do.
We gotta do some dumb shit like that, dog. That shit gotta be fun, man. That shit gotta
be funny.
We gotta do something like that.
It would be so funny.
Smoking.
Hey, Corey, I think you would be good at something like that, Corey.
Fuck yeah. I have a fucking good ass time doing that shit.
We'll build a storyline around you.
Real. Make a storyboard. Just do it.
Yeah, we'll make the story around you.
I'm with it. We gotta find a joint. Shit, Ain't nobody touched the what was the joint coming up? Them niggas, Earth, Wind, Fire. What's them niggas?
Captain Planet.
Yeah,
Captain Planet.
We got this.
That'd be a good reboot too.
Why they never did like a live action like Captain Planet?
I know that would have been.
They were supposed
tough.
to do one. They were supposed to do one like years ago. I seen like a preview and everything.
They probably
Google that shit. They have a preview and everything. They're supposed to do that shit.
Man, I had to watch the Brady Bunch too. I remember that shit a lot.
Oh yeah, that was
Partridge Family.
I'd be asleep on that.
The monkeys.
Oh shit.
And that's the thing with back then. Like I was recognizing because we were talking about last week, like good interracial comedies, like Money Talks and shit. Like all those old movies.
Oh yeah.
They had like good like musical like scores in the movie. Like they had original music and shit. Now
soundtracks.
Now they just use like whatever's hot and like playing the
shit.
They use the same song on multiple soundtracks.
Friday's music. I think Friday had a really good joint. Like the music that they played on Friday, all that soul music and shit like that. And I think the music for that movie was very underrated. Like I'm saying,
like Friday, Poetic Justice had a good one. Like
even just like the opening like music for like some of the shows back then. Like if you could start like one line right now, you could finish the shit.
Yeah.
You mean like the Cosby Show and shit like that?
Like everything. Like when you said Captain
Martin,
you was like Captain Planet.
Oh yeah.
Like, take pollution down. Everything did have like it was a slogan. Campaign song. Something catchy.
Used to be my shit too.
What'd you say, B?
Keeping your head above water.
And Inspector Gadget, and
that was Carmen San Diego.
Yeah.
Carmen San Diego might have had one of the best.
Hey, and that's what's so crazy. They always used to pair shows. They would pair shows by like the theme. Carmen San Diego and Inspector Gadget, like both like spies and shit, like crazy.
That Inspector Gadget was my shit. I never could catch that motherfucker. I always caught it at the fucking end of the fucking show. That shit used to blow.
You ain't have no clocks in your house, nigga?
Nah, I don't know. I don't know if I was going to school or whatever. I was waking up late. I don't know. I don't even remember when the fuck this shit was coming on.
Well,
I always missed that motherfucker. I used to be mad as shit.
Well, it sounds like we already having this conversation, but like, what was y'all favorite cartoons growing up and shit like that? Like Saturday morning cartoons, shit on Nickelodeon. Like, what was y'all like? Cartoon Network. What was y'all favorite shit?
Ren and Stimpy.
Yeah, Ren and Stimpy. Yo, Ren and Stimpy was
Friday nights, boy. Friday nights.
I was an Animaniacs guy. Like,
that's my shit.
Pinky and the Brain.
Animaniacs was actually funny though. That shit was like comedy. It was like really fun. It was like satire for real, because it kind of used to like make fun of like shit in society a little bit.
Yeah, Maniac.
Yeah, watch that stuff now. When you can like understand it.
Rocco's Modern Life.
That was a good one.
Oh yeah,
man. Yeah, they cut that off quick.
My favorite joint out of all of them was Doug.
Doug was real.
Doug was probably one of the most relatable shows.
Had a slow run. Nickelodeon had a run.
They had Rugrats. They had all that.
Hey, Arnold.
Arnold. Do you remember the Real Monsters joint?
Yeah, that was
a joint. That was a joint
too.
Nickelodeon had some shit, man.
Yeah, shit. Are You Afraid of the Dark? That was my joint.
Even the game shows. What was that game show with the tomb?
Tombs of the Hidden Temple or something like that.
I saw they're bringing that show back. They're about to reboot that show.
No, they're not doing
Guts. Remember that joint? Guts. That show Guts, where they used to
Guts. That was my shit.
I'm talking about? Like the little physical, and they used to climb that big like rock mountain joint.
Super aggro crag.
Yeah. What's it called?
Aggro crag.
See, this nigga still remember.
You Got Guts. I think it's called You Got Guts.
I need to go.
Do you have?
Oh, and the little remember that little video game joint with Mike O'Malley or Marco, whatever his name is?
I remember that joint.
Game.
Who was a Redskins?
That came on after Carmen San Diego joint.
Yeah, that show he got like they had like 5 years ago. He always wore a Redskin hat in that jump.
Repping. We out here.
Recess.
Double Dare.
Yeah, Recess was big. I used to like draw the character shit like that from Recess.
What about?
Did you hear the backstory to Recess though?
Nah.
Did you ever hear? Go on YouTube and type in this because it says like a lot of these cartoons have like sad like backstories to them, and it said the kids in Recess. It was basically like from the imagination of one of the kids who survived. Like they all died, and one of the kids survived, and he was pretty much from his imagination of his friends still being there. So that was what Recess was about. I don't know if that shit. Well, I'm just saying this is something.
But cartoons are like dark like that. There's always like some freaky
shit.
little secret backstory to it. But that does sound crazy.
I'm just trying to reminisce.
What you say, B?
That's sad shit.
Angry Beavers.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I remember that, John.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that one.
Did y'all what? This was the joint. I didn't really fuck with the joint, but it used to come on after the shows that I like. Y'all remember Hey Dude on the Hey Dude.
Hey Arnold though. Hey
Y'all
Arnold.
remember them Saturday morning X-Men?
Yeah.
That was my favorite one.
Yeah.
Saturday morning X-Men was like the best X-Men.
Dog, those seasons were so mean. Oh.
That's when they had
everybody. Yeah, they had everybody in those.
Now they pick and choose who they want, but back then they had everybody.
Everybody. It was so stacked.
Like they went in depth. Like it was a full storyline that started from one episode. Then they ended up going into space and all kinds of shit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You had to keep up. You had to keep up.
Y'all remember C-Bear and Jamal?
Yeah.
I remember that, John.
C-Bear and Jamal?
My Brother and Me. What about
Tone
that?
Loc was the voice of the bear. You said what?
My Brother and Me.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
I remember the name.
Goo.
Goo, yeah, he was like he made that goo punch. Remember that episode when he made the goo punch?
It was only like 9 episodes. And they used to play them straight 9 episoons like over.
That was a good, and I used to watch all those episodes over and over again. That was like the black show on Nickelodeon. Yeah. And then they came with King and
like one season for like 5 years.
Do that back in the day.
All That.
Yep.
All that, yeah.
Yeah, that came on right before Are You Afraid of the Dark? That's my shit.
Are You Afraid of the Dark too? Yep.
Loves orange soda. Kel loves orange soda.
What was that?
I do.
Yo, nah, Kel, that shit, dog. They, I feel like they were like,
Give the shit.
They were just like, they kind of
perfect.
Transcended like what I thought was like comedy at that point in time in my life. Cause I mean them niggas, I used to watch all that like it was nothing.
Every Friday.
Matter of fact, did it go All That, then Bren and Stimpy, then Are You Afraid of the Dark? I think it was. I think that was a lineup.
I know it was like 4 shows, but I don't remember the lineup.
Yeah, I don't remember.
I know all I remember was All That.
Are You Afraid of the Dark was last.
Yeah, Are You Afraid of the Dark was last, and then they put on fucking I Love Lucy. It was
yeah, they ease it up, lighten the mood after that.
Nigga, like
I know, right?
Lighten you up.
You got the Monsters. And I Love Lucy and shit. No bullshit, dog. No bullshit. I remember that shit. That was my motherfucking shit.
You was some Johnny Bravo and shit. You be like,
oh yeah, Johnny Bravo.
Cartoon Network.
Oh shit. What was the white dude with the he was like a kid and he had the little Indian kid that was like his partner.
Johnny Quest.
It was like his sidekick.
Johnny Quest.
Yeah, I remember that shit.
Haji.
Johnny Quest.
Haji
was the sidekick.
Yeah.
Haji.
And then wrapped around
like
his head.
Boomerang and shit, Birdman and Space Ghost.
Space Ghost too. I used to watch
Cartoon Network. We taking it to the network. This Cartoon Network.
Aqua Teen.
Space Ghost Coast
That's
to
later
coast.
on.
Space Ghost Coast to Coast. That was the shit.
One that used to watch Gumby though.
No, I used to watch that joint.
I
That was a
I used to
young
watch
boy.
Gumby.
That's a young boy joint. That's a young
Yeah,
boy.
you taking it back then, shit.
That's a
Did
young
y'all
boy
ever
joint.
watch Eureka's? Did y'all watch Eureka's Castle when y'all was like in kindergarten, first grade?
Yeah,
Yeah, I remember
Eureka's
Eureka's Castle with
Mhm.
those trolls or whatever they
That's
were.
with
them
the
little
burn
Muppet type things.
jellies, all that shit. You taking it back. Y'all taking it
That was
back.
Disney. That was Disney.
With the what was the fucking joint? It was like a fucking yellow frog on that motherfucker.
Oh, Fraggle Rock?
Fraggle Rock. Yeah.
What was the joint with Gullah Gullah Island?
That's it with the yellow
Yellow
frog I'm talking about. Gullah Gullah Island.
It's Gullah Gullah Island.
That's what it is. That's what it is.
That's what it is. Yeah.
That's what I'm talking about.
Come in.
Gullah Gullah Island.
Binya Pollywog.
The Pollywog.
Pollywog, yeah.
Exactly. I'm from down south. That's what we call
that intro song was fire too, though. Their intro song was fire.
Hell yeah.
Camp Anawana. Remember that joint?
Camp.
Oh, that's the joint they took him on Nick at Night, right?
We hold you.
Wait, ain't that P&P? No, that's Salute Your Shorts.
And when we think of that's
right?
Salute Your Shorts. Yeah.
Salute Your Shorts.
Camp Anawana.
That used to come on after Hey Dude.
Mm-hmm.
And then it was Are You Afraid?
Yep.
Hold on.
Yep.
You remember
We had some shows. What are these niggas watching out here? What are you little niggas watching out here? We had some shows.
What was that joint that was called, like, Wienerville? Remember that?
I don't know.
I remember that. I remember Wienerville. I didn't buy into it. I watched like a couple of shows. I was like,
They probably had like 4 episodes or something.
They had like with
Test run.
Like, I think that came on after Real Monsters, somewhere around then. Because I know I was watching Real Monsters and that shit came on. I was like, I don't want to watch this shit.
Yeah, it's no kids shows though now. These kids too grown. They don't even watch no kid shit.
It's a couple. I mean, well, I don't necessarily. Well, I'm sorry, I don't know for a fact. But I've seen a couple on Netflix, and I actually watched like I thought I was watching it for AJ, but I ended up watching the shit for myself. On Netflix.
What's it called? What's it called?
It's called Raising Dion.
Oh,
that's good.
I heard about that. I didn't watch it.
Did the second season drop?
Is that a kids movie though?
No. It was marketed as it was. I thought I was doing something because it was a little black boy and it was talking about raising Dion. So I thought it was about like raising your son, but no, it's about.
That's the one with the guy with the little kid that he's a little rapper and all that shit.
No.
like Supernatural.
Yeah.
Supernatural. It's another one though where there's the little motherfuckers a rapper and shit.
Yeah. So right now, but another joint that we got AJ watching is Motown Magic. I mean, I know that joint might be a little bit. I don't know how that joint probably a little bit younger, but it's Motown Magic.
About that one yet.
Quincy Jones on Netflix too.
It's on Netflix.
Yeah.
Okay.
Check it out.
It's coming out.
Spider-Verse?
Say it again.
Have you seen Into the Spider-Man?
One of the best movies.
Yo, man, that's like the most comic book movie they've ever made for real. That's like the closest thing to a freaking comic book. I love that movie.
Let me ask y'all this: Would y'all with the older kids or whatever, with older sons? My dog is about to be 1 in August or whatever. But y'all with the older kids, have y'all been putting them on to like y'all? Which y'all been watching? Which I was watching when y'all was younger?
Yeah, like Three Ninjas and Sandlot and all that shit.
When
he was like
5
5
Ninjas. These niggas at 3 Ninjas. That was a joint.
Yeah, it was all of them.
Turtles and shit. When he was like 5 years old, I was putting him on all that shit. The old Power Rangers, like all of them.
I showed my kids Little Giants like a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh, Little Giants. Yeah. The annexation of Puerto Rico.
Surf
Fumbaruski.
Yo, that movie is so funny.
Yeah, I showed them the Ninja Turtle movies too. I showed them shits.
Angels in the
Those were ahead of their time.
All that.
AJ not even there yet, but I can still show AJ Major Pain. AJ this.
Oh yeah, that too.
All them jokes like.
He didn't know that movie front to back. He can recite.
That's my joint. That's my joint.
That movie's funny too.
That's my joint.
Major Pain. Oh, that's a classic too.
AJ know the dance moves to the last scene. AJ.
Tiger.
Yeah.
Like, at the end on my lip.
Things like that.
Laughing at. What he say? What you laughing at, fat boy?
There's so many classic movies in that generation, man. Like seriously, I'm blessed for that.
And all original shit.
All original. All of them was original.
Hit that nigga with the bleep, bleep, bleep.
Bleep. What you laughing at, pig boy?
Hey, did y'all ever watch Tales from the Hood?
Hell yeah.
Oh man.
Yeah, because
have you watched it like lately?
When the black version came out, I was like, oh yeah, I gotta watch this one. Gotta watch this.
Very low key scared the shit out of me, yo.
Yeah.
Which one? The puppet one?
Nah, at the end where like they was like
turned into the
The puppet joint fucked me up though.
Yeah, that puppet joint, that joint ain't shit.
That's probably one of the scariest ones.
Damn, niggas not playing out here. I was like, damn, niggas are not playing out this joint.
Yeah, that's when I knew it was real. It was crazy.
Oh. Yeah, I ain't fuck with that joint just for the simple fact that like I used to have to like during the summer I used to have to go stay with my grandmother.
Me too. Mm-hmm.
My grandmother was into figurines, like the dolls and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Nah, cause I ain't use like that. Hell no.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, so because you just said that, B, I got a question. I want to find out if I'm the only one, and I'm gonna tell my story first. So you just said for summers you used to go down with your grandparents. For the summers, like me and my brother used to, my grandparents are from like Norfolk, Virginia Beach area, or whatever, right?
Okay.
So my parents would take us when we had like one suitcase, and they would say we were going to Outdoor World, which was in Williamsburg, and then we were going to go shopping in the Williamsburg outlets, and then we were going to go see our family in Norfolk. Like legit, we would end up staying in Norfolk for fucking 3 to 6 weeks because we were dropped off, and our parents would come back, and we would just be with like all my cousins and aunts and uncles and everybody that was down in Norfolk. But at the same time, I was just trying to figure out if anybody else was like literally dropped off other places and like said it was supposed to be a week, but at the same time, that shit ended up being like 3 to 6 weeks.
They gave me the heads up. They gave me the heads up. I'm getting dropped. They let me know I was getting dropped off, but they give me heads up. I'm going to fucking North Carolina or South Carolina. That was one of the two.
But back then, when I was younger, I didn't have a sense in time. I wanted to be around like my cousins and all that other stuff too. So I didn't even I wasn't even really tripping. But I've been abandoned.
He said, but I've been abandoned too.
The sad part was like I said, we was with all our family and shit, but we didn't necessarily. We knew where we was staying. We never stayed at the same house twice. Like legit, we would just like find a cousin's house and like literally, I don't want to latch on, but like legit just be staying at our house or our grandparents' house. But like our parents were like, yeah, we're coming back now next week, and then all of a sudden it'd be like we'd have missed our whole summer in D.C., missed all our friends in D.C. because we were our cousins.
Yeah, we coming back now next week.
Dope.
We'll be back. That's how you know we be back.
I'm the only one?
I
got weekends all the time.
Yeah, weekends. Oh yeah, I might be. Yeah, it's your cousins.
Here they is.
You don't know when you're gonna eat.
None of that.
I don't know the schedule, bro.
You're like too much.
You're too much.
I'm used to a structure. This shit is not no structure. It's free for all.
Grandmother got me chucking peas and shit, like breaking out
Ooh, chucking corn, boy.
Husking corn.
Boy. Whatever it is. God
Killing
damn.
that. I used to hate doing that.
Boy.
Oh my God, I used to hate doing that.
Boy.
Oh,
I remember the keys though too, popping them Jones. Boop.
yeah.
Boop. I remember them Jones too.
So that's what I'm saying. As kids, we was working.
All our grandmamas and grandpas from the South, they all from the South when they move up north or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, man. We was working. We was working as kids, man.
I remember back in the day, my mother or like my aunts, my folks used to send me up to the corner store with a note, and I can buy cigarettes for them because they just wrote like a hand note.
Oh yeah, I remember that shit.
Yeah,
I remember that shit.
You
and they knew who you was.
I remember that shit. I remember that shit.
Let him get cigarettes as me sign for the shit.
Mm-hmm.
I got the money.
My grandmama sent me down here, so
my mama said, "Give you this."
Right.
With the cash. With the cash on it.
With the cash. The cash in the 1 quarter.
I get
the 1 quarter.
Yeah, the quarter for them.
That box.
I'm getting the jeans.
Hey, you lose that change on the way home, though.
Huh?
Don't you lose that change on the way home?
Oh, no, sir.
Yeah.
Don't do that.
Knew exactly what was coming. See, back in the day, it was exact change, too.
That's a beating. This exact change.
Yep.
It's a beating.
They knew exactly what was coming back.
They want that shit.
Yep,
They want that shit.
Trucks.
They want that shit because they're going to use that for the next purchase. They want that shit.
Oh, man. Yep. Can't be slick.
Ice cream truck, so clutch. You be like, all right, cool. Let me get a big burst.
A hot mama.
A hot mama, cuz.
A bag of fruities.
A whole bag of fruities, yo.
If you got it, you're going to get you a fun dip, too.
Ooh.
Yeah.
He said, if you got it.
Up north. Up north niggas.
Be like, nigga try to spend a whole $1. Be like, all right, I got 10 cents left. Let me just get 4.
Yep.
Give me them gummy bears.
That's some up north niggas. Nah.
What was y'all go to on the ice cream truck?
Big Burst, Fritos.
Yeah, the Fritos, man. The Fritos.
A Big Mama, and I don't eat pork now, but I used to crush them junk back then. Big Mama and probably some ranch sunflower seeds.
Oh yeah, ranch sunflower seeds was dope. They're my joints.
That's crazy how the ice cream truck used to have everything.
What was it? Strawberry shortcake. Yeah.
Oh yeah, those is the classic.
Yeah, you talking about the good humor bars, the little good humor joint. That was my go-to. Any of those joints, chocolate
ice cream,
the toasted almond,
the double fudge. If you talking about ice cream, the double fudge joint, it'll be chocolate, banana chocolate. You know what I'm talking about?
I never had that one. Before.
But the strawberry shortcake bar joint was my shit. I was fucking with the strawberry shortcake bar.
I'm fucking up.
The sunflower seeds. Huh?
Choco Taco?
Yeah, and they came in like the chrome wrapping, like the silver
I
wrapping.
never got the Choco Taco before.
Brian never get them little cigarette jumps, them little candy cigarette jumps.
The sticks, the little sugar sticks.
My mom was beat my ass. She thought I was smoking a cigarette.
Yo, my mom used to get so mad at those too.
Oh man.
You be faking. You get a whole pack for real too. It's crazy. You're like 16 in there.
I think everything with 9-laters though. 9-laters was like you ain't back.
Them joints.
Them
too
joints
hard.
The funny thing about 9-laters, them shits is like hard when you bite down into them shits and you try to open your mouth, but your teeth would get stuck together sometimes and shit with them joints.
I think
I had a teeth get pulled out like that.
9-later chews now, so they're like a lot gooey.
See, I could work with that.
You just said you had a tooth had to get pulled out because of that shit?
No, I lost a tooth. I had a tooth.
Like when you bite into it, like it's so like I guess thick that your teeth was still like it's like stuck. You gotta kind of like separate. You gotta make it.
Yeah, I think
open your mouth back up.
Nah, I think Phil just said, because I feel like when you said that, I feel like
it was like that.
I feel like
but it was like that.
When you said now laters, I feel like all of us like felt like went back to like that impression of like when that motherfucker chewing on an now later and like having to get that shit stuck off your tooth.
Yeah. Lockjaw.
Yeah.
It sounded like Phil said he had to get a tooth pulled off of that.
No, I lost a tooth.
No,
I already had a tooth loose, and I was eating one, and it got stuck to it.
I remember the guzzlers.
It felt like that. Yeah.
Y'all remember guzzlers?
Hell yeah.
That's what you talking about, them drinks?
Yeah.
Little ones?
Yeah. With the foil top.
Money for a guzzler, you'd be like, man, just go ahead. Let me get 2 blue hugs. Let me get 2.
The quarter water.
Let me get that blue joint and the green joint. Let me get that joint.
And a pickle, a hot pickle.
I ain't fucking with blue jumps. The blue
I
jumps
never was into the pickle.
tasted too much like Diamond Tap. I ain't fucking.
Let me ask how southern y'all niggas is. How down south y'all niggas really is. Y'all niggas fuck with pickled eggs, pickled eggs. How down south are y'all niggas? Y'all ain't that down south? All right, that was me. All right. I feel y'all.
That's that Drew Lock shit right there.
I'm real down south, nigga. I was born in South Carolina, dog. I'm real down south.
My go-to for
you running pickled eggs, nigga. Them pickled eggs.
I probably eat one.
My go-to from the ice cream truck, because I ain't really fuck with ice cream, because I feel like every time we was at the ice cream truck, we was always either playing sports or outside, like out and about, and I ain't never want to stop playing to eat ice cream and shit. But in the event that like we did, it was the fucking jump with the eyeballs as the
Ninja Turtle jumps.
I know you're talking about.
Yeah,
they had the Ninja Turtle joint. Yeah, I know you're talking about.
It's a Tweety Bird joint.
Yeah.
Nah, mine was no Tweety Bird. I ain't had no Tweety Bird shit.
Nah, they got a Tweety Bird joint.
What you had, the Sonic one or the Ninja Turtles?
I think it was either Sonic or Ninja Turtles. I'm probably gonna say Ninja Turtles because at that time
my shit was Ninja Turtles. Then I graduated to that strawberry shortcake.
And then, but then other than that, it was just fucking fruities. Give me a bag of fruities and fucking and some knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Y'all remember the was it was it now one laters? They had like the sour heads, the sour head chunks. You know something about
Warhead?
Lemon. Not lemon.
Warhead. You talking about Warhead?
Warheads. Yeah.
Oh, and Airheads. And Airheads. Airheads used to be my shit too.
Yeah, Airheads too. Yep. I used to fuck with Airheads. I had a teacher in like middle school that used to get them shits out. Like if you did something right.
The little strips.
That was like
Them motherfuckers so hard to open up. Why they make them so hard to open?
The anticipation of the ice cream truck coming and that motherfucker don't come. You be like, yo.
Right. Motherfucker, you just gonna pass me or just go to the other street, nigga? I got money over here to spend. They can't money over here. I got $3 to spend, dog.
We done played like 5 games of football, 3 games of basketball. You know, man, it's just hot as fuck, and it's 3 o'clock, and you like, where the fuck is damn ice cream?
Where is this nigga doing your job? Where are you?
So real quick, just because we talk about the ice cream truck, did y'all ever hear this? Did y'all ever hear that the song that the ice cream truck plays is
racist?
Yeah, it's a racist. It comes from the song like the song is like niggas love watermelon or some shit like that.
Oh my god, are you serious?
Me and Katie ice cream truck today, and I got a watermelon snow cone like shit. That shit was so good.
They can't tell me shit, dog.
I know it probably was
too. That is hilarious.
Niggas love watermelon. It's an old song, but they say that's where the shit come from.
Watermelon's a sacred fruit. They say.
He ain't lying though. That's real shit though.
Yeah.
Nah, watermelon is like a special fruit though. It really is.
It is. They said like in Egypt they worship it because it's like filling and it hydrates you. Like you can use.
That's what I was about to say.
Yeah.
You took the words right out my mouth.
Melon.
Like,
so they be
watermelon foil. Like fills you up if you really pay attention to that shit.
Nah, I do. They do.
You do. That shit good.
It got a lot of health benefits too.
And it got a lot of health benefits. Yep.
Fuck the racist niggas. That shit good.
Yeah, I don't even care. I don't even care about that.
Good, dog. That shit
good.
Watermelon
rind is a natural aphrodisiac as well. FYI.
Oh, is it?
This nigga.
What's this nigga know?
Mm-hmm.
I know you also next level shit. They ain't got the rhymes going.
Mm-hmm.
That rhyme, girl.
You over this nigga
Nigga, that shit going in the grass. That shit going in the grass.
Got straight rhymes in there.
Just all rhymes.
We hold on. We hold on.
Rhymes chopped up. I'm about to do that. Yo, you want one of these rhymes?
You want one of these rhymes?
Go get yourself in the mood.
Yeah, have it with your wine.
There might be some shit though. There might be this for real. There might be some shit soaking in some motherfucking cognac or some shit. That might be a motherfucking job.
Hey, so good. It's some sangria.
Shit. Sangria, as you said, sangria.
Mimosas and rhymes.
Ben Rhymes.
Rhymes. That's funny. There's a lot of oysters is aphrodisiac.
Yeah. Hey, I just started like an oyster.
I don't understand that shit, dude.
Like 2 years ago.
They're good, man. Well,
I don't understand that. I've eaten oysters, but I don't that aphrodisiac shit. I don't understand that shit.
Because you weren't just horny.
Yeah, eating oysters. No, it didn't do it for me.
They just spiked it, man. They just he said the oyster didn't do it.
It didn't do it for me.
They might have gave you some more endurance or something.
Didn't do it.
You gotta pay attention, man. You gotta pay attention to these things.
I had the Rockefeller joints. The Rockefeller joints are delicious.
Nigga, those are cooked. That's not the same.
Oh, it's not.
Yeah, raw oysters.
Royster
the raw joints. Yeah,
are
that's
delicious.
disgusting.
Those are delicious, but those are cooked.
Nah. I've had them. It's like,
That's why.
He said that's why you're not doing it right.
Yeah.
You gotta eat raw.
You gotta get
raw.
But there's this other stuff too in Jamaica. We were drinking. It's called Magnum.
Magnum. There was
Woo.
Oh, the condom. Y'all drinking condoms?
No, man.
Nah, nigga. It was like red, red cocktail.
Yeah. It was good too.
Yeah.
It's an acquired taste.
That's
good too.
Good. That shit was trifling.
It was warm as fuck. That's what.
Because we were drinking too much of everything.
We just had them niggas bringing out fucking bottles of
whole bottles of Cavassier.
I was like, obviously this ain't working. What y'all got in the back?
Right. Like, yo, you gonna have to go inside, go all the way to the bar that's closed, get the Remy, bring it all the way back outside and give it to us.
Right, because we here
Go to the back and reach to the right. Go to the back and reach to the right. Get that one.
We here till Sunday. What y'all gonna do?
For real. What y'all got?
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is the end of episode 12 with the Flight Room. Stay tuned next week. We should recap 4th of July. Hope everybody have a good 4th of July.
Yeah, y'all be safe, man. Love you guys.
Comment, talk shit to us, challenge us, give us some interaction.
Oh, my bad.
Right.
Peace. Peace.
Well, you sound like Drew Lock out there.
Yeah.